Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I had me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it.
What up, what up? We back. The realest podcast ever, man. We in another special location. You know what I'm saying? Had to move some furniture around, make it happen, but we looking good now.
Actually,
you know what
I want more of this setup, like the individual chairs where you got like a little bit of a lookout and not us both facing the same direction. So we'll see how this.
This is smooth. We'll see how y'all fuck with this.
We'll see how this works.
We put a lot of content out in the last week.
I didn't have to waste no gas money. This shit was actually
phenomenal.
This shit was genius.
So we put a lot of content out in the last week. TRPE Awards, doing great numbers. Thank y'all for supporting that. We got some more social media clips coming for that. The Business Bully, phenomenal fucking reception. One of the clips recently dropped 30,000 views on Reels. TikTok, I don't know what's going on with TikTok. Like, the TikTok algorithm is like fried right now. And I know people that
the
are...
only thing to me that cracks the TikTok algorithm at this point seems to be sports.
Or dancing.
The sports content, though.
But our sports joint didn't crack neither.
But it did more than the other ones, which makes no... And I'm just like, yo, we got to start videos where it's like, if we talking about Halle Berry, be like... You know, Jordan ain't shit. So Halle Berry, and that was
real.
Yeah,
because I know people that's in the partner program, people that's not, small creators, large creators. Everybody's like, yo, the TikTok algorithm is cooked right now. So I don't know what's going on with TikTok, but Instagram is showing us love. And then finally, our Mike Knox interview is kicking ass, doing phenomenal numbers on YouTube. Shout out to OT7 Kwani for reposting the clip that we was talking about him. That Jones at 100K views right now on Reels, which is very, very hard to do. Mm-hmm. So, you know, shout out to everybody, the whole hit squad, D-Rock, Louis V. Gutter, Kim Chanel, everybody over there at Team OT7 Kwani that helped get that on his radar and get it to where it is now, man. Again, more social media clips coming from everything, more YouTube shorts, more YouTube clips on everything, but y'all know why we here today.
Yeah, it's black. The black community is cooked.
Let me set it up and then we'll go in. Katt Williams, Michael Williams I think he's from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah, Toledo, Dayton.
In that region.
One of them.
The old Dipset stomping grounds. So he's from out there. He went on the Club Shay Shay Podcast with old Shay Shay, Uncle Shannon Sharpe, and he set the internet ablaze.
I think it was more than internet.
He set the world. Yeah, he set the world on fire. And with that being said, it was pitched perfectly for this non-contextual society that we live in, where clips just appear and memes just seem to come out of nowhere, and you just see all of this content, and it was just such a like an aggressive form of like content that I think it caught everybody off guard. And then once people were like they got over that, and then they were like, let me see what he's talking about. And the way that it was chopped up and released from the initial clip, because there was no pre-warning that this was happening, but the way that it was chopped up from the initial clip, you think that this is like stuff that's like buried in the heart of the interview. You think that this is stuff that's like, oh, it was 2 hours and 45 minutes. This had to be at the end. Like, he was just, getting the shit off. No, this is minute 3. Yeah. And with that in mind, being content creators, being very linear, analytical guys that we are as far as analyzing stuff, we've talked about this throughout the course of the week. And I looked at this and I'm like, yo, he came in here to do this. This was not... He didn't need any prodding. He didn't need like Shannon to ask any questions, because the opening salvo is just him. He brought this stuff up because he seemed like for the last 2 years of Club Shay Shay, every single comic that's going up here, he was taking copious notes with the intention of showing up and rebutting everything that they had to say that he might have even slightly disagreed with. So I think that's the perfect way to open on the how of all of this. Like, how does this happen? The rollout, all of that. And then we could just jump around as far as like the topical stuff because he covered a zillion different things in the span of 2 hours and 46 minutes.
Yeah, urban culture gravitates towards mess.
Yes.
Towards nonsense, towards, like you always say, people love watching a train wreck. I've seen so many reactions, so many think pieces. There are videos, speeches.
The original video was so big that the reactions are big. Like they're bigger than normal. Like I'm seeing reaction videos with 2 million views. I'm seeing Shannon Sharpe with Ocho reacting to his own content with 3 million views and stuff
way
like that.
past that now. The Katt Williams interview was at 25 million views.
Yeah, for sure.
Just the joint with him and Shay was earlier was at 25. And I told you the other day, I'm like, it's going to be at 20 before the week. And Rod was like, nah. I'm like, yeah, like it's going to be at 20 before the week. So to see it at 20 in 3 days, it's like, yeah, it's probably going to be at like 50.
It has to be #1 trending on YouTube.
It's not even close.
I haven't even seen nobody talk about that part of it, but it's like it's been #1 trending on
I've
YouTube
seen that a bunch.
probably since hour 2.
I've seen a bunch of people post like, Shannon Sharpe next week picking up his YouTube check and all the memes and shit from that. You know what I'm saying? They was like Shannon Sharpe with the president of the bank waiting for his check to cash. The jump where he So I'll start with the most sensible reaction video that I saw was Aries Spears. And when you see Aries Spears making the most sense out of everybody,
we fucked around.
That's where it's like, all right,
we broke the fourth wall.
Yeah, but he made the most sense of it. He's like, yo, Katt is an evil genius. He's a genius, but he's evil. Yeah. And he's like, he knows that our culture gravitates towards this shit. And he was like, the GOAT argument needs to stop going on in our culture because it's making us fucking crazy. He was like, everyone is the GOAT to their own fan base. He was like, you ask Cedric the Entertainer's fan base, he's the GOAT. You ask my fan base, he's like, I know I'm not even close to the GOAT. But if you look in my comments, it's motherfuckers say, Aries, you the GOAT.
You a legend all day.
And he's like, I know that's not true. Because in the reality of it, there's one GOAT, is Richard fucking Pryor. He's like, all of us fall under the umbrella of that nigga. Yeah. Don't ever let you think, no matter how big you are, how many tours you do, how many movie tickets you sell.
He's the blueprint for all of this shit.
And I'm just like... Aries Spears is on the fucking money.
For those of you unfamiliar that are too young for Richard Pryor, because I'm sure this is going to reach viewers that we normally don't reach. Stand up, creativeness, pushing the boundaries, sketch comedy, the Richard Pryor show, creating a community for other comedians around him and pulling them up. All of this shit that you see everybody in this modern sphere do, Richard Pryor set the blueprint for that.
There were always, X-rated comedians. Red Fox's name is Red Fox with 3 X's because he was so X-rated. That's what it was. You all right?
Yeah.
I thought something happened. he was Red Fox with 3 X's because he was so vulgar. If you don't have Richard Pryor, you don't get to Eddie Murphy. We might not get Dice Clay. We might not get Keenan Ivory Wayans in the manner in which they did in Living Color, because that was basically looked like the Richard Pryor show. All of these things that went on. It's like, yes, Richard's the GOAT. So to see Aries Spears make this like proclamation and him be the most on the money.
It was profound.
I'm just like, damn, yo, that Yankee fitted finally. I don't know.
Finally got the right degree angle.
Right angle.
No, 71 degrees.
Right angle on the Yankee. But it's like Aries Spears make the most sense. I want to start at the beginning. I have to be honest. This is the realest podcast ever. Shannon Sharpe. It like highlighted just how the country uncle drinking the yak with the black and mild, like that routine is kind of like, it needs to end. You know what I'm saying? Shannon Sharpe he's a good dude. He's a legend. But this interview was just like, it highlighted just how he can't control or doesn't have a flow of what's really going on, to the point where Katt Williams is like, why you didn't ask this? So why you didn't say this when so-and-so said, and why you didn't
it highlighted that Shannon Sharpe is just Noriega with 3 Super Bowls.
He just there. You know what I'm saying? It got so bad. And I highlighted this to like 4 different people, and they all was like, damn, you right. I'm like, it got so ridiculous at one point that the off-camera producer came on to rebuttal.
So
something.
hold on. So when you said 2018, you meant 1998.
And when he said that, Shannon Sharpe, oh yeah, let's talk about that. And it's just like, yo, like it's so crazy because I thought with him leaving from the joint, remember, come on, skip. I thought we was done with that. Yeah. But you know what he said in the joint? Come on, Katt. It's just like we still in.
Stall him out, Katt.
Yeah, come on, Katt. No, come on, like you. It's just like there was no direction in this. There was no realistically, Katt could have done this shit from the car. Like on his own phone.
Here's the thing.
And it would have had the same traction.
He's done this before
like,
in the car.
Straight up. Like,
he's done this before.
So that was my first joint. It starts off and literally Shannon Sharpe is just simply like, so what's going on, man? We got legend. You know what else too? I'm going to go there. Your intros are the best intros on the world.
Nobody, we're unfadable with
yo,
intros.
everybody out here, and people be like bigging up these intros. I'll be like, motherfucker, stuttering. I'll be like, yo, like straight up.
He motherfucking dad.
Yo, straight up.
He walk his dog every day.
It started, and Katt basically just went down he started at was, I'm a legend, y'all can't fuck with me. Where he ended was in this like conspiracy theory realm of like, I don't really know what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't know what's going on, but I'm saying it and I'm here.
And I'm standing on it.
The problem with that on the internet is the internet isn't a real place. Yes. We really know, let's just start with the biggest dog he mentioned, Kevin Hart. We all know Kevin Hart's history.
We've seen it.
We all watch Kevin Hart go in and out of the Laugh House every motherfucking day. Yeah. We watched it. We watched the shit with Spank. We watched the shit with all the Philly comedians. Toure, Spank, Lawrence Killebrew,
Derek Gaines.
Yeah, man. The one you was talking about with the teeth.
Pretty Smiles.
Pretty Smiles and shit.
My other man, that Reggie Conquest. Like, all of these guys were bubbling in this scene all at the same time.
Right.
Some are just like slightly behind others.
We watched Michael Blackson. Michael Blackson has acknowledged how it was him, Buck Wild, Kevin Hart, and Toure riding around in a stolen car with stolen plates from Buck Wild. How literally the day when he went to go do his next Friday audition, he had court in Jersey with Kevin Hart from a situation where they got booked with fucking Toure and fucking Buck Wild. So it's like we've watched it from the very beginning. We know that Kevin Hart wasn't getting any looks. We know he wasn't getting the opportunity to go be this, that, and the third. And out of all people, it was Damon fucking Dash who said, yo, star in this fucking movie. Boom, he does Paper Soldiers. That leads to him doing Soul Plane. Now he gets an honest opportunity to go and be, not a starring role, but 5th or 6th on Scary Movie. Then he goes and has the legendary little it was like a 30-second clip of him and
40-Year-Old Virgin.
MC Hammer on fucking, I never call
Romani Malco.
He's MC Hammer. You know what I'm saying? Him and MC Hammer on motherfucking.
It's just Hammer now.
That's what it is. Him and Hammer on 40-Year-Old Virgin. That takes him to a next plateau. Next thing you know, Kevin Hart is he's still on the stand-ups joint. He does the Shaquille O'Neal stand-up.
Comedy All-Stars.
It was him, D-Ray, Tommy Davidson, and who was the fucking fourth comic on it? Tommy Davidson opened, Ari Spears. D-Ray and Kevin Hart finished. Remember Kevin Hart eating ass on the car and all? Yeah. Shaq going crazy. Boom, that takes Kevin Hart to a next plateau. You look up, Steve Harvey, Think Like a Man. I don't even know if you dig it. Kevin Hart wasn't the lead in that.
No.
It was MC Hammer and motherfucking
and Michael Ealy.
Michael Ealy and Regina King.
Yeah.
Regina Hall. Kevin Hart shined in that motherfucker.
So much that he became the star of the second one.
Right. And it's just, then Real Husbands of Hollywood, making a spiff on all the reality. We watched the trajectory.
Yeah. So to call Kevin Hart a plant is not only disingenuous, it's dishonest, and it borders on being libelous. Because what you're trying to say is that the only way this guy made it, who literally logged 30,000 hours in comedy clubs with Bill Burr and Patrice O'Neal and
we know the
all of
history
these.
Of Patrice O'Neal throwing a phone book at him.
We know all of this shit.
So
you're going to diminish all of that and boil that down to, if that ain't a plant, I don't know what is. Yeah. And then you just shut the fuck up. And that goes back to the non-contextual shit that I talked about in the opening, because it's like we are allowed now to just throw shit out there and just let people decide what it means.
On the internet.
And just decide what it means.
You can't
fucking do that.
You can't do that.
But it happens on the internet all the goddamn time. My initial thoughts on just the overall of it is, on an entertainment scale, it's amazing. It's a magnum
I told y'all
opus.
the other day, I don't take Katt Williams that serious. And what happened is a non-serious individual got into a position where people are looking at this like it's a briefing from the Pentagon.
Right.
It's not. It's a crazy little nigga from Ohio talking crazy to Unc on the motherfucking Shay Shay show.
And that's all it is.
That's what it's supposed to be.
But on an entertainment scale, it's amazing. It's a magnum opus on pure entertainment value. If I was giving out GPAs, it's a 9.8 out of a 4.0 GPA. It over-delivers on entertainment value. It's sensational, it's intriguing, it's messy, it's informative, it breaks new ground, and it breaks the fourth wall. But when you rewatch it, and then you think, and then you use them little wrinkles in your brain, you start to realize, like, yo, a lot of this shit, like, don't add up, and he's just saying shit because he's in the perfect forum to do so with a interviewer or a conversationalist, as Shannon clarified that he is, that's not equipped with the facts, the context, or the ability to adequately push back and redirect this conversation to get some truth. And the most masterful thing Katt did is, like, when they say the best lie the devil ever told was convincing you that he didn't exist. The best thing that Katt did was say, you created a safe space for people to come up here and tell the truth. But I can't sit back and watch liars come up here and manipulate and disrespect this platform. And then he did the same fucking thing.
But that's on Shannon.
Yeah.
To not really say, well, what do you mean by this? How do you come up with this? This doesn't.
It was masterful.
It was genius. You know, like I said, finishing with the Kevin Hart thing, I think it's almost. I think you can reach that point where you get to a certain level of people look for the conspiracy.
Yeah,
they look, because let's be real here, urban internet, hard work isn't a staple of it. You know what I mean? It's like things happen, and that's the only reason why so and so goes on. So, and like I told y'all the other day, for as much love as Kevin Hart gets, he's in that bag now. Steve Harvey is in that bag now. Tiffany Haddish is in that bag now. Who else did he mention on the show?
Cedric the Entertainer.
Cedric is kind of like
Cedric is
NA.
he in the atmosphere.
Yeah, right. But there are so many people that he mentioned where they're in that realm already. Yeah. So once someone who's around them, who people deem as a GOAT, and don't get it fucked up, I think Katt Williams is fucking phenomenal at comedy. But once you have someone like him who has so much love from people, and that's one thing I noticed the other day, the outpouring of people like, Katt did this for me, Katt did that for me, Katt did
Deion
this.
Cole, Jacquees, like...
Well, didn't he allegedly give Beans a car back in the day?
Gave Beans a Lambo.
Yeah, like, so it's so many people who have these stories of like, no, Katt the realest nigga I've ever met when it come to comedy.
And that will go a long fucking way.
So when you a real nigga in somebody's eyes and you haul off and say, you know, I went to the Illuminati meeting, because everybody on the internet thinks that this is a real thing anyway. Jay-Z said it best. They put the devil on you. Niggas couldn't do nothing with me. They put the devil on me.
Yeah.
Like, think about how crazy that is. Niggas got behind the Dipset movement when they was going at Jay. Niggas got behind the Ether Nas movement when he was going at Jay. When Dame said, I created this shit, niggas got behind that movement. And Jay just kept persevering and kept working and kept going further and further up to the point where Jay Illuminati.
Exactly.
And Jay said, niggas couldn't do nothing with me. They put the devil on me. I'd have preferred niggas to squeeze the metal on me. That's real. That's how the internet works. When we can't figure you out at all, some bullshit going on.
Right. Despite the fact that it's been documented that it took you 10 years to even get an honest look in the music industry.
Right.
So with the 10 years, I was my Illuminati application processing that whole time. Like,
are we still pending?
Yeah, no, we on hold right now. No new members. We waiting on a couple niggas to die.
Checking references. You know, like, it's nonsense. So he got on Puff. He got on TDJ. He literally hit every single point.
He hit every nigger talking point from the last 3 years.
Only thing he didn't do was Will and Jada. Ain't that crazy? That's it. That's the
jumped over that.
He
hit Dave Chappelle. He hit every black pop culture reference from the last 3 years. How do you do that in 2 hours and 45 minutes?
Let's do our 3 favorite moments and then our 3 most ridiculous moments. Do you have that? Got that in your notes?
I just got a bunch of lies.
My favorite 3 moments of it. When he said, you a fat Faison lie, I almost dropped the I almost dropped the phone. I don't know why that was so fucking.
I do
funny
have
to
one
me.
favorite moment. My absolutely favorite moment, and it seems to be everybody's favorite moment, is you have an unnatural allegiance to losers. It's
he was
not
talking
like
about
you.
Faison,
Yeah.
and he said, "You having an unnatural allegiance to losers." What do you say?
It's not like
it's
you.
not like you. And he's rubbing his thighs. yo, you have an unnatural allegiance to losers. The problem with a person like Katt Williams in this interview on this platform where you have no pushback and if he did this with Anderson Cooper would say, well, no, because this actually happened, or this.
Because there's a whole research department that's supposed to prep this man. The shit is going to be booked a month in advance, and there's going to be all of this pre-show prep with Anderson and the research team and all of that shit to be like, oh, if he say this, then you got this here, and then we'll roll clip on this. Like, you can't get away with that shit.
The problem with him is he speaks matter-of-factly, and he has validity and truth to the foundation of his talking point. Yeah. But by the time it gets to the steeple, like
once we start putting doorknobs on this motherfucker,
it gets to the point where it goes off track, and people who are looking at these people already with like with
like a side eye,
they tend to go with it. Like I saw someone today who I know just throughout life, we follow each other on Facebook because we Facebook friends. She an older woman. And she literally was like, finally got a chance. She not part of like hip hop culture and that shit. Yeah. She said, I finally got a chance to watch the Katt interview, and woo child, when the devil is working, you got to go ahead and fight back. And a man's truth is a man's truth. And I'm just like, oh man, that shit was a lot of fire.
It started off on first watch. It's like 70-30, 70% truth, 30% just not even lies.
I don't
but
think
like,
it was that much when I first
not even lies, but like embellishments, exaggerations. Like he put 10 on 2 on certain situations. On second, third watch, you're like, this shit is no better than 50-50. Like, it's no better than 50-50 once you get to the end.
This is the reality. He told truths. He spoke shit on there that was like factual.
Yeah.
Him having it in his contract that Rickey has to wear a dress in the next movie.
Insanity.
What?
Can I get into these lies, bro?
Hold on. Let me. So it's like you got situations where, yes, he wrote or heightened what Money Mike was going to be because that character is blatantly based on the character he was doing on stage and shit. So yeah, he said on there, I auditioned with a bunch of people for the
200 people.
So it's like, okay, cool. But then you say shit that's so ridiculous and off-brand, like, I run a 4.340. You know what I'm saying?
You see him running on the internet this morning?
No.
He's literally at a basketball gym running the length of the court, which is 31.3 feet, 31.3 yards, by the way. And somebody clocked his time at 4.47, and I'm like, well, that ain't 40 yards, and I know you faked the fucking time. Yeah. You look crazy, by the way, with your perm all sweated out.
It's just a lot of shit that just is thrown out. And people, you know, they move goalposts and they have their picks. That's kind of how I look at it.
My favorite part of this show, I wanted to get into these confirmed lies. We already talked about the Kevin Hart situation. Kevin Hart being an industry plant is just a lie. Me, you, Dan, thousands of other people on the East Coast saw the Philly, New York AC grind. We saw Paper Soldiers, the Dame Dash relationship, 40-Year-Old Virgin, Scary Movie 3. It's all documented. Katt, you're tripping. I read 3,000 books a year from 8 to 12, all nonfiction. So for everybody saying the Cat in the Hat book ain't but 8 pages, that's not what he was referring to.
He said nonfiction.
That's 12,000 books in total. That's 8.22 books a day for 1,461 days. Such an egregious lie. We all know he may have just misspoke. So it's like, I'll take that up too. You might have said, I've read 3,000 books in my lifetime, but rewatching that clip over and over and over again, and you saying, I read 3,000 books a year from 8 to 12, it's like, well, he was strong in it, even though he was wrong in it.
My homie, he's one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, he one of them, if he hear it, it's true people. Yeah. And I simply just this exact conversation I had with him. I said, if he was to read 3,000 books a year from age 8 to age 12, right? First off, you're not mentally built yet to even handle that much input. Yeah. This is why when you're 8 years old, you're in the fucking third grade. Exactly. I'm not trying to be funny. In third grade, you're still spinning the big clock, getting your times right. Like you're still learning cursive. Yeah. So you're not at a point where you can read you can't handle 3,000 anything at that. Yeah,
it's called sensory overload.
You just can't. So I said, so he was like, so you mean to tell me you don't think niggas in jail could hold? And I'm like, bro, you going way, a man in jail at 28 with unlimited time versus an 8-year-old that's like free and going to recess. So he was like, all right, let's just, do you think it's possible to read 3,000 books in a year? I'm like, yes, if you're Meteor Man. That's the only person who could do it. Remember, Meteor Man touch a book and he read it in 10
download
seconds?
all the knowledge.
Nigga knew karate in fucking 10 seconds because he touched the book. I'm like, yes, if you're Meteor Man, you could read 3,000 books in a year. Outside of that, I don't think
you can't do it.
I just don't believe it.
It's 8.22 books a day.
A day.
You have to sleep. You have to eat. You got to take a shit. Like, how are you reading all these books?
You're 8 years old. You got to take a nap. You have to.
And you're bound to.
You have to take a nap.
Get too much of that Kool-Aid up in you. You got to come that crash. You got to lay down.
Recess. You got to eat a motherfucking Go-Gurt and a Dunkaroo.
It's impossible.
It's just not enough time.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Another one. Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, and Tiffany Haddish never performed at Fat Tuesdays in Hollywood. Guy Torrey, Joe Torrey's brother, Chicago from Poetic Justice, the host and promoter of this, provided photographic and video proof that was a lie. Do you know that there's a picture of Guy Torrey and Katt Williams with Cedric the Entertainer at Fat Tuesdays? The only thing that he was correct on with that was Tiffany Haddish did not perform because she was only 16, but she was routinely at the Comedy Store in Hollywood trying to gain access, but she was too young.
Keep going with your lie. I'm gonna go at the end with
Rickey Smiley never auditioned for Money Mike. Cube confirmed that was a lie. I wrote all the lines for Money Mike. Cube also confirmed that was a half lie, half truth, like you just said. An Arnold Palmer, if you will. Money Mike started out as a bit part, and Katt was so magical they expanded the role. When that happened, he collaborated with the writing team and all of that on a new script for new scenes. None of the original script was changed or altered for Katt. Cube also said it was customary that whenever he had comedians on set, he'd allow them to do 2 to 3 additional takes off script just so that they have him in the role for comparison's sake. This wasn't something that was special or specific to Katt. He did this with every comedian on the fucking set. He also said that the original Friday After Next script had a grape scene in it. I won't say it for the YouTube algorithm. At the Christmas party, Cube confirmed that was a lie. The comparison he used to crystallize it was even on Players Club, a film that's severely more raunchy, more on the edge, and a rated R film, we didn't show Ebony getting graped. Why would I turn around and show it in a Christmas comedy? That doesn't make sense.
I had this, my man, he one of them, and he just like, of course he gonna say it now because it's a different time period. Like, so of course, yeah, looking back, think about it. We used to have great time on Twitter. And I'm like, we did. We weren't doing a movie.
We weren't documenting it forever.
You know, and he's like, but you don't think that because we just as a society viewed that shit as funny. And I'm like, yes, it was a different time period. My thing is, to your point, in a Christmas comedy, that's not the time.
Yeah, you can't get somebody's butthole taken in a Christmas comedy.
There have been grape scenes in movies before, but it doesn't really happen in like Christmas. Like you could see a grape scene in a Players Club or a slave type movie,
and contextually it makes sense.
Exactly, it makes sense because you're highlighting the struggles and the traumas,
the abhorrent nature of what was going on at the time.
But you wouldn't even see that in Bad Santa. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't fit the theme.
Miracle on 34th Street
because you have to stay true to the overarching plot point of Christmas film.
Right.
Christmas. So it's like there's no rape on Christmas, bro. Like we're taking it too far if we do that. I'm rewatching The Sopranos right now. I just got past the joint where his psychiatrist got raped in the damn what's name by the boy that worked at the damn chicken shack or whatever like that. And then the whole chain of events that set off. But that makes sense for, like, you got this gangster mob boss, his psychiatrist, random dude comes to a parking lot, blah, blah, blah. Like, crazy things happen in them parking lots all over America. That's not far-fetched. And it fits the overall darker tone of the show.
You can have a grape scene in Oz. You can't have one in Entourage.
You can't do it.
It just doesn't work like that. This is crazy.
Yeah, we gotta cancel the writers' room at that point. Because what's on y'all minds that got us here?
So when I saw that, I'm just like, I don't know about this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What else you got?
That wasn't one holding up. I run a 4.3 40-yard dash. Confirmed by God and my own eyes. Not to mention, his goofy ass was running on a basketball court this morning, confirmed it as well, which is only 30 yards in 1.3 feet.
You know what the craziest part is about I can run a 4.3 40? Is he said, and it used to be lower than that. And I'm just like, all right.
I was clocking 3.9 at my prime.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't never been nothing but a comedian.
And here go my man. He says, who are we to say he wasn't? He's like, Prince was an athlete back in the day. Who are we to say he wasn't a track athlete when he was younger? I'm like, could have easily been a track athlete when he was younger. The problem is, when you run a sub 4.3 40 in any time in your life, you're an athlete later too.
Yeah, you break world records.
You don't just, you understand what I'm saying? Like Chris Jackson ran a 4.2 40. It's the second fastest time in the NFL Combine. Chris Jackson is still an athlete. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't.
He ain't working at Denny's. He ain't picking up shifts.
Like, once you get to that point, you're just always an athlete. You're just always, Tim Montgomery went down for steroids. He's still an athlete.
Still an athlete.
That's just the way it works.
Just juicing. Still an athlete.
Yeah.
Big Worm wasn't a funny character. That's why it wasn't brought back for next Friday. Katt, I don't know if you saw it or if you know. Next Friday was literally a whole different movie and a whole different environment with a whole different cast. Save for the main 3 or 4 characters, Craig, his dad, not even his mom is back in the movie, and Debo. Those are the only consistent characters from film to film. They were completely different. And Big Worm is still quoted, memed, and referenced to this day. Anything involving $200, Big Worm gets brought up.
I saw the other day, every day I understand more and more why Worm was that serious
about his $200.
Yeah.
It's the principalities.
Yeah.
Like, we still quote that to this day. You don't get to rewrite history on that one. And that's not a bad lie. That's just a dumb one.
You want to hear some Friday trivia? Do you know who was standing next to Smokey, the little girl, when he was at the ice cream truck talking to Big Worm?
Yeah, Megan Good.
Megan Good, yeah, little kid and shit. Crazy as shit, right? Friday has so many people in it. First, John,
yeah,
Bernie Mac was in it. And it's crazy because even when they were going through this whole spill about Friday, you don't realize just how many comedians were highlighted through the Friday universe. You had John Witherspoon, and it's crazy to think, we're talking about legendary older comedians where technically John Witherspoon as Pops might be his like crescendo of like roles. Because even with the Coordinate from Boomerang, I don't think it's higher than...
Yeah, it's a bit part.
Right, I don't think it's higher than every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen. Like, I think Pops is like his crescendo because he became like Pops to the world. Don D.C. Curry as Uncle Elroy. That became his like thing. He had Katt Williams, Chris Tucker,
Mike Epps,
Bernie Mac. Remember Miss Parker? Miss Parker, like
Ronaldo Ray.
Ronaldo Ray. You had Michael Blackston. It's just so many comedians who came through the Friday universe. Rickey Smiley, it's tons of them. And it's like, I do think Katt Williams probably did the most with what he was given in the Friday universe.
Yeah, he was magic. Every time he showed up on the screen, it just went to the moon.
I think he took that and he ran with it to the point where he became a entity unto himself in culture, where it was bigger than just these like urban comedy. It was like he was literally a highlight on the Little Kim run that she was on before she went to jail with the Naked Truth. Yep. He was like an honorary member of Dipset. He was hosting award shows.
Running around with Suge Knight at one point.
Katt literally took it and ran with it.
You ever see those memes and those threads on Twitter where it's like, name a time somebody was rapping like the rent was due? Katt was acting like the rent was due in Friday After Next.
Katt was a big part of Wildin' Out. I know we might not...
Judge Mo Dollars, all of that shit.
Remember, he was season 1 through 4. Like, he was the original. Like, Katt literally, he laid the foundation for what that shit became. When you talk about Scruncho and Spank and all of them that came after him, and you look at what Wildin' Out has done for young comedians, when you talk about the the 385 South and all of them. Like Katt Williams, he's that nigga.
And Justina has a rap career now because of goddamn Wild 'N Out is a huge platform.
So Katt's that nigga, but like we're basically alluding to, being that nigga doesn't just give you a mulligan to say anything.
It doesn't absolve you from just completely just lying and just slandering people.
Right.
That can't happen. My favorite lie of all: turned down $50 million 4 times.
Go ahead.
That's $200 million in total. I want to be proven wrong, but he got to substantiate that with some sort of fact.
This goes back to my Shannon Sharpe joke. If somebody comes on this show, right, and says, take any of our prior guests who do entertainment. Give me one. Spank Horton.
Yeah.
If Spank say, I turned down $50 million 4 times, you can't just say that.
Yeah. You can't just sip your drink, your cognac.
Okay, Katt. You can't do that. You have to say, well, what did you turn? Because what Katt could have easily meant was, I turned down a role that ended up being a series or ended up being a 2 to 3 series, 2 to 3 film, 2 to 3 movie arc, where it's like, so and this is all hypothetical. Let's say he did get the offer for, give me a Kevin Hart movie.
Central Intelligence.
I was going to say Ride Along. Yeah. If you turn that down, yes, look at Ja Rule, didn't show up for Fast and the Furious. Yeah. Luda has probably made $50 million from his situation with Fast and the Furious. Luda has a plane. I would go to believe that. So if you turn down something like that and you say, what he said was, I turned down 54 times. Like, they gave me 50. I said no. They gave over me another 50.
I said no to that.
No. I'm chilling in the crib. These motherfuckers asked me with another 50. Right. Yeah, so the way it came off, it makes zero sense. Yeah. But if you explain, I had a chance to do, I'm just thinking of shit. Anthony Anderson's part on Blackish.
Right.
That could have easily been a $50 million.
Anthony Anderson ended up becoming a producer on the show. He's making $400,000 an episode, XYZ amount of episodes a season. It ran for XYZ amount of seasons. Spinoff, Grownish, he do bit parts on there. He's a producer.
Mixed she's like, so.
How I took it was, I'm positive Katt may have turned down multiple $50 million productions. A production is not the same as 50 for the pocket.
No.
So out of that 50 for, because those are comedy budgets, 10 to 50 million, like they max out at, depending on who else is a part of the cast, how big it is, what's the date range as far as like theatrical run and all of this old shit, and who they can get to commit to it. So he might have turned down a bunch of $50 million productions where he's supposed to be the star or the comedic relief. He's getting $5 or $6 million, and then whatever else he's going to get,
I'm sure
on the back end.
all kinds of offers after he left Wild 'N Out, or after he did after he won his Emmy in Atlanta. And so that goes to the host establish. Think about it. Katt Williams literally said, Cedric took my joke that I did in 2018, and then I seen it on Kings of Comedy. And that just wafted over Shannon Sharpe to the point where the off-camera producer said, yo, when you said he took your joke in 2018, Kings of Comedy came out in 2000. Did you mean 98?
And 99?
And then they went back. Because it's like, had he not said that? So again, and I know I'm probably being whatever, but I'm like, that was my issue with a lot of this, where it's like, if you go into the second and third and fourth level of analysis or talking points, we get a lot more stakes in the ground on the construction site.
The problem is that, as a host, your job is to be directive, it's to steer the conversation, and it's to allow the guests to add color to certain succinct statements. So you could just say, I turned down 50 million 4 times. If there's no follow-up, if there's no probing, then it's just left to open interpretation for us to and people like us to sit here and pick this shit apart.
Also, I think that there's something to be said for understanding when it's time to lay off and then when it's time to dig a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you listen to our interview, I give you 3 straight off the bat. The Mike Nutter one, how we knew to go into this situation and then let him be his charismatic self. Or even the new one with Mike Knox, where it's like, you look at the Mike Knox and the Tone Trump interview, my homie hit me and was like, yo, these 2 interviews together are phenomenal. Because you get it from both sides. You get the G unit, you get how Tone Trump, and I fuck with the way Tone Trump didn't like be on some bullshit. He kept it real.
Right.
I got in all these, well, how the fuck you get into all these beefs? Man, I'm just dynamic like that. You know what I'm saying? What Knox say was like, we rapping, this nigga haul off and diss Gilly. He's like, what the fuck? We having a great time. Why the fuck you diss Gilly? I don't fucking know. He said, Oskino called me. Yo, this nigga dissed me on the DVD. Why you diss Oskino? Man, I don't know. That's my mentor. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, so you hear it from both sides. Where it's like, neither of them are on nonsense because you know to go into this. You remember he wanted to go into the G in Philly. Hold up. We got you. We gonna get there.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you do as like host on a show. You guide where, because you're a missile.
Yeah.
You're a missile.
And this,
I gotta guide where you going.
And I don't want to do you as a guest a disservice by making it to where everything is super sensational as opposed to adding the context.
Let's get a little context.
Let's get some understanding of, like, you gotta be Mike Knox in 97, 98, and 99 in order to even get to G Unit Philly.
See what I'm
Why
saying?
the fuck am I opening with G Unit Philly? It don't make no sense.
And that's kind of what happened here. Katt just came out the gate. Yeah, Rickey Smiley on bullshit. Came up here talking
about this whole ass nigga.
Right. And all that had to happen was there. Wait. You say you turned down $50 million 4 times. Now, was this production deals or was this $50 million for a role? Now, if you want to keep lying down the yellow brick road, go ahead.
Yeah.
But we get the context.
As an interviewer, you got to cover your own ass.
Where Katt could have easily been like, oh no, this wasn't for my $50 million. I'm not Denzel Washington. They was offering me money to go do this show and do this series, and I turned them down. Okay, we got the understanding of what you meant. That was my issue.
Point that you made. He made First Sunday put Rickey Smiley in a dress. Katt was the 3rd or 4th lead in this film. No track record of box office success at the time. No reason for them to capitulate to him. Rickey Smiley and his agent got on the goddamn Zoom and confirmed that the character he played was based on a series of crank calls he did as Miss Bernice on the radio, and David E. Talbot wrote that character into the movie. Yeah. Again, context. So Katt could sit here and say, yeah, I told him the next time I worked with Rickey Smiley, he acted up so bad on next Friday after
he got so besides
this guy motherfucking self. He got to be in a dress, or I ain't doing it. And it's like bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's just a simple joint. It's like that should have waft over people.
My homie was like, when he said, I put Rickey Smiley in a dress because him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their lives. My homie was like, Tyler Perry looking at his checklist of people he gonna make rich. Like, all right, Katt Williams. This
bitch ass nigga.
I was cracking the fuck up. Like, yeah, all right, that nigga's all like, yeah. The thing is, when you tell a little bit of truth, it gives you a leeway to tell a little bit of bullshit. That's the way the internet works.
Because if you look, and I'm sure you've been bouncing through these comments and shit, people are calling out the lies, and then the fans are still defending the lie.
But this is the point that I was going to make. The problem with the internet is a lot of these people really aren't that bright on both sides.
Yeah, for sure.
So you got people that are calling out a lie with another lie. You understand?
Yeah.
Let's get into Katt Williams saying how the whole joke stealing thing goes on. Now, I don't know how many comedians people know, but this is you always are going to get these stories. Yeah. It's just reality. There's only but so much you can talk about if you're not talking about your personal experience. You understand? Kevin Hart, he talks about his children and his family a lot.
His father, his
a
mother,
lot of his
brother.
big stand-up moments are him talking about his Uncle Richard Jr. or his mother or his brother or his kids or him with his ex-wife or him with spanking him on vacation. He talks about his people. When you have comedians who get up on stage and tend to do like trending topics of like Earth, if you don't have an amazing viewpoint or you just aren't good at being an observational comic, there's only but so much you can talk about. And now the world is so condensed for like what you can say as far as like offending people. You're going to have overlap. Yeah. That's just what it is. Now, the big thing he made a deal was Cedric The Entertainer stole his joke that he did in 98 on Comic View, and then Cedric The Entertainer did it on Kings of Comedy. He basically changed the car into a spaceship. The issue is, when you go look up IMDb for Katt Williams, he was on Comic View in 2005.
Man.
So I'm just like, you know, and I'm a Comic View nigga. Like, when I tell you, like, I remember Cedric The Entertainer's grandstand. I remember D.L. Hughley's grandstand. I remember Samore's grandstand. I remember all them Comic View comics. I'm talking about Shang, motherfucking Jamario, all of them motherfuckers. I don't remember Katt from back then.
Yeah.
I don't. He could have easily been on there, but even the video that they show you, it's Katt with, like, the long hair and the derby.
Yeah.
I just feel like that was after 03.
Yeah.
I just do. Or at least after 2000, I don't think he was already the Money Mike persona from that long ago. From 98? That's 5 years before we saw him as Money Mike.
Right.
So you telling me this person was like this highlighted person doing this shit, and we don't see none of it. Then on 2003, you just pop up on Friday After Next.
Let me see if there's anything on YouTube with some verifiable dates attached to this shit.
Like for like what time?
Yeah. Cat in the Hat Comic View.
Yeah, I guess let me know.
So the first time I see it uploaded is 12 years ago. So 12 years ago puts us at, that don't mean that that's when it happened, but 12 years ago puts us at 2012.
Puts us at 2000 or something.
Yeah, 2012. But yeah, he literally looks identical
To the Money Mike
to the
character.
Money Mike character. So I'm and it just sucks that so much of that era, like that fucking, 2010 era of content is just like lost and wasn't like, redigitized and re-released and stuff like that, because something like that is hard to verify. But nah, you make the most sense when you talk about IMDb. It's like, what else do we have to go off of?
And this is just me being me. Everybody has their truth to it. I'm telling you that I used to watch Comic View faithfully.
Yeah.
Faithfully. I remember when Spank was on there. That was these were the Comic Views where it wasn't. Do you remember the original Comic View?
Hell
where it was
yeah.
like they came out the door and they were on the stage? Remember Comic View came back and it had like, they were in like the cafe and it was like people eating fucking brisket and
Catfish.
catfish on the stage and shit. Like that was the second iteration of
Yeah.
Comic View. But the original Comic View, Cedric The Entertainer was the host.
Yes.
He was the host of Comic View. So that was 92, 93.
And Cat didn't say Cedric, when I was on Comic View, Cedric was the host. That's a very important detail.
So that for me, I'm kind of looking at it and I'm just like, yo, I don't remember him from because I'm telling you, I used to watch that shit nightly.
Yeah.
And I don't remember it. And then I go and look and it's like, yeah, he was on the next Comic View, like when Spanking them was on there.
Yeah.
Just look at the time period. Think about it. It's 2024. So you're talking about 98, you're talking about 26 years ago. Yeah. You know who would be on Comic View 26 years ago? DL, Cedric, Steve. All the niggas who are 60.
Yeah.
Katt Williams is 50.
Yeah, motherfucking J. Anthony Brown.
Yeah. Miss Laura, she was on there. Bill Bellamy was on there.
Yeah.
Like I just don't remember that character.
Yeah, all of those post Def Jam comedians were on that first iteration of Comic View.
Heavy leather.
Yeah.
That heavy, thick leather.
Yeah.
And when I looked at that video that everybody was posting this week, I'm like, yo, that's who he was in Friday After Next.
Right.
So I'm like, y'all mean to tell me he had the shoulder length permed out hair in 98 with the derby and the goatee? And it's that, and then you don't see him in no commercial, no nothing, and then it pops up as Money Mike in
Right.
03, 5 years later.
You making a brilliant point, man. That's some good investigative journalism on your behalf.
It's not even
man.
I'm talking about the shit I watched,
Yeah.
where it's like, if somebody...
But you backed it up and verified it with facts to add the context
When
to
I
it.
went and looked, I'm like, yo, IMDb and Wikipedia got him on Comic View in 05, and I'm like...
Everybody ain't lying on you,
I'm
bro.
like, that 05 makes sense. But 98, I'm like, to be on Comic View in 98, you would have had to be on there with like, you're talking about before Arnaz J took over.
Yeah.
Because that's the old Comic View in the 90s.
Yeah, you on there with Hamburger and them.
Hamburger. Yeah. You on there where motherfuckers is closing the show like, trying to think who was a big Comic View comic, but Shang was like the biggest nigga.
Yeah.
Shang,
I think that was like Denny Live era.
Lavelle Crawford when he was still big, like
Bruce,
all of them. So I'm just Bruce was huge, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Nah, you wasn't in the class with Lavelle Crawford and Bruce and J. Anthony Brown and all of them. It's impossible.
So when I go look,
how old is Katt?
51, 52.
All right, so that would have meant he was 27 years old. If what he's saying is correct, so you going back. So 51, you going back 26 years. So you basically 25 at the time. On Comic View with all, and so you would have been basically the youngest in that class then.
Mm-hmm. The original host of Comic View was D.L. Hughley, 92. Then Cedric The Entertainer took over in 94. Some more took over in 96. Don D.C. Curry came on at the end of 96. Montana Taylor took over in 97. Gary Owen hosted 98. Lester Berry, 99. Rickey Smiley, 2000. Bruce in 2001. Arnez J in 2002. J. Anthony Brown in 2003. Cheryl Underwood in 2005. And then Kevin Hart did his one mic stand in 2008. So when I'm looking at the comedians like DL, Cedric, some more, Don D.C. Curry, Gary Owen, I just don't remember Katt from that time period.
Yeah, I didn't even realize Gary Owen been around that long. God
Gary
damn.
Owen, yeah, super been around. Yeah, super been around. But like Rickey Smiley, Arnez J, all of them later, I'm like, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Because those are your contemporaries. But you and Cedric and them aren't contemporaries.
No.
You know what I mean?
Not at all.
So...
yeah, the math ain't mathing on that one, man. Math ain't mathing, Katt. What else did you have?
Outside of him saying, oh, this is the point I was making with people. Now we got people basically just making shit up from all different sides. He had another situation about Steve Harvey not basically leaving comedy and going over to do hosting the TV shows and movie shit, and saying he didn't want to be
a movie star.
A movie star. So now I see people like, oh, they talking about Steve Harvey stealing a joke, or they had Steve Harvey taking a joke and doing the gas joke from Money Mike from Katt Williams. So people started showing Katt Williams talking about the gas is too high. You click, and then they have Steve Harvey doing the shit. I saw people. I gotta be real. Spank was one like. Y'all out of y'all mind, Steve Harvey did that joke in 06.
Yeah.
The problem is, Steve Harvey's comedy routine that came out in 06, the guy is still working on me, John.
Yeah.
The video that y'all are showing of him doing the gas shit, he has a baldy. When he did the guy,
he still had the lace
and
front.
I'm just like, this is the problem. Because now everybody's
scrambling for data
to find information. Oh, I got something here. Go. How y'all feel about this? Well, that's wrong. All right, I'll be back. And it's that shit.
Yeah, a better approach would have been to acknowledge that like a gas so high, women be shopping. Certain shit are like stock jokes, where at some point every comedian has done their iteration of those jokes. Right now, I'm sure a lot of comedians are hitting people with the inflation jokes and the groceries is high. How the fuck motherfucking yogurt costs more than gas? And you know what I'm saying? Shit like that because of the sign of the times. And I'm sure that multiple comedians, if we go in a comedy club on an open mic night, if it's 10 comedians, 4 of them going to have something about inflation and groceries being high and higher than gas and shit like that. Right. Certain stuff is just a sign of like the times and the era. And you can't really attribute that to one comedian or another.
Yeah, straight up. So me personally, when I look at, different things that went on and different things that happened, he could have easily been on the shit. It could be, but I don't know. But everybody's spewing so much nonsense and lying so much that we don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yep.
Another joint that went like left this week, he mentioned Ludacris and how him and Luda were at an Illuminati meeting. And everybody's weird in this situation. He mentioned Luda and him were at an Illuminati meeting, and they both showed up with braids and pork chop sideburns. And the Illuminati said, one of you is going to go and one of you is not. You got to cut your hair off. You got to get rid of the pork chop sideburns. We're going to give you 10 movies. We're going to give you $10 million for 20 movies. And you get a light-skinned, fat-faced girlfriend that don't do interviews. He said, I didn't get it. Somebody did, and that man was Ludacris, and the other man was Katt Williams. And I'm just like,
in what Marvel Cinematic Universe? Let me lean up for this. In what Marvel Cinematic Universe are Katt Williams, Michael Williams, and Ludacris, Chris Bridges up for the same roles? Y'all don't occupy the same anything. You're a comedian. He's a rapper. You from Ohio. He's from Atlanta by way of Chicago. Like, Ludacris did serious roles like Crash and stuff like that. Like, what the fuck is Katt talking about?
Yeah.
I'll just pick people that line up timeline-wise, throw them in the midst of my bullshit, mix it up with some gumbo, throw some sazon on this shit, and feed it to y'all. And y'all ate this shit up like the motherfucking fools that y'all are. This is crazy. Straight up.
Apparently, looking at this thing, it says that Katt Williams was on Comic View Season 14, Episode 1, October 4th, 2005. So I don't know.
Alibis not matching up, bullshit catching up.
I don't know. That's what y'all
gonna make me go buy some motherfucking Comic View DVDs and substantiate this shit. Because if Katt off by 7 years, then that substantiates that he's on drugs also, which is another point that I feel like he lied about.
Yeah, Season 14, Episode 1, Season 14, Episode 21.
We gonna buy the Comic View box set and we're gonna come back and report our findings on this because somebody got to be the people with some goddamn sense around this joint.
Gotta go to
something that really bothered me that he did.
Gotta go to a yard sale. I'm gonna go ahead.
Something that really bothered me that he did. He said that Chris Tucker was on the Epstein list.
It's a lot of that going around this week.
The Epstein list is out. No mention of Chris Tucker anywhere. And aside from it being like a serious allegation to levy on someone, it's actually liable. Like libel. You can actually get sued for defamation of character. Yeah. So it's just like to want to entertain so bad that you'll just throw somebody's name in the midst of one of the most egregious sex trafficking scandals of all time. You're lucky that Chris Tucker don't send an Israeli sniper to come blow your head off, let alone take you to federal court and sue you for libel and for defamation of character. And it's become very apparent that nobody's learned anything from Tasha K. Yeah. She gets sued every week for fucking defamation of character for shit she say on the internet. The internet is not a free space for you to get your shit off and defame people. You can't do that.
But this is what happens where the internet not being real, people are allowed to get on there. And once you start the cabal of the conspiracy, did you see the whole Jimmy Kimmel shit this week?
Man, with Aaron Rodgers?
It's just like, again, we all know Epstein was a piece of shit. We all know about the island. We all know it's a list coming out of names and a third. So if you got Chris Tucker, who had that fast jump, because you know niggas hate fast jumps. Mm-hmm. You go from Smokey and fucking Vic Damone Jr. in motherfucking Money Talks to where you a $25 million nigga now and you basically like are Michael Jackson's best friend and shit. And then a nigga like him says, yeah, you know he's on the Epstein Island shit. Everybody's like, see, I told you Chris been on. Like, it's that shit. Mm-hmm. It's that nigga shit. Again, funny Joe. He was like, Michael Jackson called him Christmas. He's like, you ever had a grown man give you a nickname? Me neither.
Call him Christmas.
Me neither. Like, Katt Williams silly as shit. But I want to go back to the Luda shit. He says these things about Luda, and this is where the internet is one of them places where when they see the reactions from people, you know how motherfuckers, it's that, oh, you mad. The Cameron joke, you mad. It's that shit. Everybody has a reaction this week. Yeah. And I think to be all the way fair, I like Kevin Hart's stance on it. I'm on live TV because they paying me to be here with all the gang, all the plastic up niggas, and they bring the shit up. And Kev like, when you go to the circus, do you participate or do you just laugh at the shit? Yeah. It's like, fuck I look like.
I told y'all in 2016 Katt was a clown.
Like,
I broke down all the reasons why.
Do you niggas understand that I am backed by Audemars? Like, I'm not, this ain't regular no more. Yeah. Like how y'all got a call, they call me. Yeah. Before we put it out, do you want it?
How does this look to you?
Yeah.
You fucking with it?
I would change the bezel. Or something. Do a different
How many of them Travis Scott Jones y'all got over there? Send me a couple of them.
Like I'm literally licensed by Audemars. Like I have a licensing deal with Audemars. Yeah. Like I am different. I'm in a different space.
I'm on a different everything.
I'm on a different everything. You got to be out of your.
And at this point, 80% of the way that Kevin Hart gained his wealth is that now 80% of the stuff that he is a part of, he produces it. So he has equity in the deal. Every single deal he comes into with posts like Think Like a Man, he's developing this or part owner of that or whatever the case may be. And if not, then they got to pay him for every part of his intellectual property associative to the property. Meaning, if I'm in a movie, that's one fee. Y'all want me to promote it? Y'all got to pay Heartbeat Promotions in order to promote the film. Y'all want me to cut additional content? Y'all got to pay me for that. Like, this man has figured out how to fully monetize the full sphere of the entertainment and the movie industry at a down time period.
I'm going there. Well, let me finish with the Luda shit. Luda decided to not get on live, not get on a Jonas, give his little synopsis. Luda went the Luda route and said, I'm a rap.
I'm a rapper, I'm a rap. But
I'm a
some
rapper,
balls.
so I'm going to rap. And I saw like divided, felt like people like, one guy was like, now ain't the time for a freestyle, bro. Address this shit that's going on. And somebody said, well, he's a rapper. What you want him to do? What'd he say? What the fuck was the line he used? Because it's like in line with what they do. He said Luda rapping lets me know that Katt was telling the truth. He's like, bro, he a rapper. What did you want him to do? A Netflix special? Yeah, like what the fuck? Like, my biggest problem was Luda gave us the cheesy bar category of 2014. Luda's a front runner. He said, it's not Illuminati, it's a Ludanati. I said, all right. I said, all right.
And I only left with bitches when coming out of any party.
That nigga got on that fucking verse and said, it ain't a Illuminati, it's a Ludanati. And then my man was like, he said, you niggas better check your temperature and then check this pulse.
Yeah. Please tell me y'all seen Charleston White's response.
No.
He said, that nigga made a jingle. He said, that's how I know he guilty. He made a jingle. He said, a nigga say you got your butthole played with at a party. You got to say, fuck no, nigga, where you at? He made a jingle.
Yo, straight up. And I saw a lot of people this week was like, yo, seeing the reactions, a lot of these people are coming out and giving this and a third, but they're not saying, no, this is false. No, this is directly wrong. Or no, this didn't happen.
But the few people that are, y'all ignoring it anyway. Y'all ignore Cube. Y'all ignore Guy Tory. Y'all ignore Rickey Smiley.
You know what annoyed me the most about the Cube response is the headline, Cube says Katt kept it 100 on some things. I'm like, what does that even mean?
You can't keep it 100 on something. If it's 10 categories and you lie on 4, you didn't keep it 100. You kept it 60.
You kept it 60, my nigga.
But that's black culture.
You kept it 60. Yeah. Straight up. Nonsense.
Like the title of this episode is gonna be "Katt Ain't Lied to His Shit." I'm baking this in the middle of the episode because I'm lying to y'all.
Yeah.
It's all a spin.
So we got more. He said,
we got way more. I got a whole breakdown.
He said, me and Kevin Hart haven't been in the same room in almost 25 years because they know if I come in the room, things get different. Jaws get tight and heads go down. Kevin Hart runs marathons.
Yes, he's a literal athlete.
He literally has a campaign called Run with Hart. The man has a training shoe that was released by Nike.
We know who his trainer is because of how prominent they are in the fucking tiff in the fight that they damn near got into on the Don't Fuck This Up documentary. Right. Shout out the boss.
I look at it like Gervonta Tank Davis versus another little nigga that's 5'4". I remember Ra when he first met Midget John was like, yo, I could fuck him up. I'm like, I love when little niggas see a little nigga. It's always this little nigga energy.
Fucking Lucha Libre match. Bring your mask, I'll bring mine. We can get it on. Yeah, tables, man. Ladders, and chairs.
I'm a betting man. If I saw Katt Williams versus Kevin Hart, I would probably lay odds on Kevin Hart at probably like negative 1,700 that he would win that fight.
Tune Katt the fuck up.
I would have to assume. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Fighting. Here's the thing. When it comes down to a fight, especially a street fight, it's not just passion and effort. Mm-hmm. A lot of it comes down to endurance and wind. And because most niggas, like, when they put you through the police test, you got to do like 3 minutes of physical combat or whatever. Motherfuckers be sucking air dying. So most people can't make it past that initial adrenaline rush And then when that of like, I'm about to fight this nigga. And then when that wears off, you got to be able to sustain it. Kevin Hart runs marathons.
I got in a fight, man, my last year of high school, this white boy. And I mean, it literally got to the point where, and I mean, like, I was blatantly winning the fight. I was hitting him with everything.
Slobber knocker.
And literally, it got to the point where I was just like, yo, man, I'm sorry. Like, just because he wouldn't stop. Like, them, you know, white boys, they don't fucking
Them
stop.
Polacks and them Irish white boys.
They don't stop, yo. It literally, I told you when my homies was rolling on white boy in front of Falones, they was beating his ass. I was like, yo, what the fuck? White boy got up, flipped open the dumpster, and went in he head first, in like where his feet was in the air like this. He was in the dumpster.
Yeah.
Motherfucker came out.
That's what I like.
He came out with a stick and a 22-ounce Old English. He, come on. I'm like, yo, everybody just get the fuck out.
Yeah, you got to smoke him.
Yo, he's not stopping. You have to kill him.
Yeah, that nigga went to the Kevin Gates School of Rumbling. He said when you fight, you ain't fighting to win.
Nah.
You going out there to die.
Yeah,
you got to die.
Straight up. Where else did Katt Williams go ridiculous? He said that referring to Tiffany Haddish. What the hell did he say about Tiffany Haddish?
I just remembered the point about the Fat Tuesdays. I didn't really everything else was so sensational. I kind of like jumped over me.
Yeah, I'm missing
about
that point.
the Tiffany Haddish point. I got one. It's a little bit longer, but I think this is we can balance this one. I'm clean and sober. I've never had a substance abuse problem or done any drugs. In a July 2023 interview with Real Tune TV, Aries Spears said drug abuse ruined Katt's career in Hollywood. In a September 21, 2018 interview with The Breakfast Club, Kevin Hart flat out said, you chose drugs, you chose to miss meetings and other obligations, you became a liability to the studio. In 2016, Big Tigger said on the radio, Katt Williams has a drug problem. These are his peers. And the old adage goes, if everyone is saying the same thing about you, everybody can't be lying. They can't all be wrong. Besides that, if someone worth $800 million libels me, I'm gonna sue the fuck out of him. Right. And if I have any type of substantial proof, and Katt claims, which he has 15 years of clean drug tests he took every 3 months for a 15-year period that he could provide, that's easily grounds for a defamation of character lawsuit if somebody as successful and rich and face recognizable as Kevin Hart goes on the #1 urban radio show in the world and says, you chose drugs. Mm-hmm. So the fact that no lawsuit followed that tells me everything that I need to know.
This is the world we live in, where you got you got some truth and then you got some lies. Yeah. Katt Williams has been arrested 19 times in his life. None of the arrests were for drug possession.
Yeah, because he used it all.
But the point I'm making is like somebody said the other day, if you are on drugs, you would get arrested sooner for all these arrests. But my thing is like, he never got arrested for drugs, but one of his arrests was for stealing $3,500 worth of coins. I'm like, that's some
crackhead shit.
Some drug addict shit right there. People made the initial argument of he has all these foster kids and the state wouldn't give you foster kids if you were on drugs or had a drug problem. Mm-hmm. I'm like, true.
Fair enough.
That's true. He got arrested in 2012 for child endangerment. They took 5 of the kids. So I'm just like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Get child endangerment is some drug addict shit.
I don't know. From where I sit, I've never seen a story or heard a story of him being on cocaine or met his cocaine dealer or heard his cocaine person. So even Ric Flair, you know how we always joke that Ric Flair was on hella coke, but Ric Flair said on Shay Shay, I've only done Xanax. I mean, I think it was either Xanax or not Perks. It was one of them.
Valium.
Nah, not Valium. I think it was Xanax. But he basically was like, that's all I've ever done. I was an alcoholic, but I never was on like cocaine, heroin, and that shit. So I've never seen Katt take drugs.
I've never seen you with the coke in your hand.
I've never seen him do shit that's like, oh, this nigga's blatantly on drugs, or how they have industry motherfuckers like, oh, he's on drugs. But I did see you fight a child in front of everyone.
I saw you do push-ups on stage at a Beanie Siegel concert and then fight Boone from Papa Perk.
Boone. That's funny as shit.
I also saw you make a video on August 1st of 2016 issuing a $5 million challenge to Kevin Hart for boxing, basketball, rap battle, and comedy battle. And the problem with
$1 million a piece.
$1 million a piece. But the problem with that is that's only 4 things, but you said it was a $5 million challenge.
Hey, what was it? Basketball?
Basketball, boxing, a rap battle, and comedy battle. That's only 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's a $5 million challenge. So what's the 5th one? A knife fight?
Yeah, we'll do comedy again.
Comedy twice.
Yeah.
Best out of 3. And that was strange. On March 7th, 2016, Katt was seen acting erratic on stage at the Beanie Sigel concert. This led to him being jumped by 6 or 7 people, allegedly, including Boone, famously known for the film The Bid and Papa Perk. Katt also gave away a Lambo that night to Beanie Sigel, which was later returned to its rightful owner. That same week, in 2016, Katt was arrested 4 times, including a home raid. Those charges include the following rundown. Preceding the home raid, Williams was detained on aggravated assault, terroristic threats, and false imprisonment charges, in addition to possession of illegal weapons and drugs, which were large quantities of marijuana. These charges will mark the 4th tally on the comedian's legal chart. He was previously arrested for allegedly holding 5 women at gunpoint, assaulting a pool clerk, and battery in L.A. These charges have all occurred within 1 week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. You ever been around them crazy niggas that just get into shit? I told you I was fucking the nigga. I told you he booked now, the nigga Lou, Crazy Lou.
Yeah.
That nigga, we rolled up to 7-Eleven. He was out the window talking to the bitches in front of the 7-Eleven. I leave him alone. I go in the store. I'm in the store. All the bitches run in the store. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They're like, no, that nigga in the Range Rover pulled a gun on us. I'm like, oh, let me get the bag with me. Let me get the bag with me. Like, them crazy
Flee
niggas
from the scene of the crime.
Just get in the shit. Like, but like you say right there, he's never had like, oh, he got pulled over, they found this substance, they found that substance. So it's like, again, it's one of those, do what you want. You know what I'm saying? And that's the issue with a lot of this. A lot of this is interpreted the way you want to.
Yeah.
You can't let that happen on the internet. Yeah. These people are insane.
People are unhinged.
They'll make up anything. I saw art, like somebody had did like some art today. It was Katt Williams from the Shay Shay, like with the big scully and all that, but it's him sitting in a throne and was like, protect black kings. I'm just like, you waste
Y'all
paint.
have lost your goddamn minds.
This is a waste of paint, man.
Did you see the joint of Katt the Conqueror, where he's Kang the Conqueror? These people are unhinged.
Jonathan Majors, that's another one. You speak on that situation, and everybody's looking like, damn, they kind of did build Jonathan Majors up over the last couple of years, and he's like, they told us that this ugly ass nigga was handsome.
I said, damn, Katt was spitting.
I'm saying, the nigga was in.
When you right, you're right.
Yes, sir. Like, that nigga spitting. Like, they told us this ugly, big nose, big jaw ass nigga was handsome, and everybody fell for the shit.
He said, how's he handsome and my daddy ain't handsome?
He said, yo, this nigga literally got it all. He came to conquer out of nowhere. He in Creed and doing his thing and this and the third. You get in a situation where you running away from the white bitch, they still took it from you. Yep. And it's like saying that shit on the internet where it's like niggas is like, whoa, it's that shit.
Yeah, niggas start cranking up the conspiracy machine.
Remember on Titanic, they was shoveling the coal, getting that engine rolling? Like, yeah, niggas shoveling that coal into the conspiracy fire. Because it's like, that's the place where this lives. Yeah. That's it. So it's like, I don't even think Katt really knew what he was doing. Like, people literally.
No, I think he did.
No, I think he was just being Katt and being crazy as shit. And it literally, because he, like you said, he's done this time and time again. Katt does this shit every 4 years. Yeah. Every 3 to 4 years, he does this shit.
Then you see that announcement come out, Netflix is a joke comedy festival, Katt Williams, feature performer.
You know, Katt Williams is a legend. He is. He's reached legend.
Bar none.
He's reached legendary status. I'll say this. He's a legend with the most unlegendary career around the things he's done. Yeah. Stand-up wise, yes, he's always on tour. He's a hard-working motherfucker.
He's probably done more shows, headline more shows than any comedian in history.
Dog, he's done 19 tours.
Yeah.
And he's not bullshitting with you.
100 shows.
He has the fucking the stand-ups to prove the shit. My homie was like, yo, I've seen this nigga like 7-8 times in different cities. Because he's like, he's a Katt Williams fan. He's like, I love that nigga. But when you look at like his movie and his television career, it's like 3 actual movies and the rest of the shit is like
junk.
Yeah, just shit.
It's the basis of Tubi.
Yeah, it's just
so
shit.
When Katt Williams says, I've been in 60 major motion pictures. It's like, yeah, you have, but only like 4 went to the theaters. The rest of that shit is scattered about the internet and behind a paywall on now. That's what I call TV and like shit like that. Like this shit.
Yeah,
is
it's
just
a lot
anywhere.
of shit that just didn't even make money. It's just that's why when he was like, you know, they you don't lose money with Katt Williams. I'm like, it's some money lost.
It's some else.
It's some
Some break evens.
Yeah, man, it's a lot. So I think at the end of the day, I think what he did was highlight pretty much every talking point that's been going on in black
For the
not
last
even black culture,
since the
just
last time he talked to us.
all of these water cooler conversations, he basically hit on every single one of them motherfuckers the other day. And because he did it on that platform, I think it was able to go the way it went. Mm-hmm. Because let's be real here. We've seen an erratic Kanye at the moment have a masterpiece of an interview with Charlamagne.
Yeah, we also see he also had the joint with Zane Lowe.
Think about how unhinged R. Kelly was during the interview with Gayle. But Gayle was still able, and you still had them moments like, oh my God. And
Use your common sense.
Is this camera on me? Like, you still had the moments, but Gayle was able to keep the flow of what was going on. So Katt Williams with Shay, it's just a bombarding of nonsense for 3 hours.
It's a snowball effect. It's like a snowball starts rolling downhill and just picking up more fucking snow and just destroys everything in its path.
Straight up.
So again, entertainment value, A++. I commend Katt and I commend Shannon for hosting this on his network. He said he's been working on it for a year and some change, trying to get this done. And then Katt finally said, I'm ready. Because Katt understands time and place also. And he understood that if I do this the first week of 2024 at a time where Hollywood is shut down, everything is shut down, entertainment industry, music industry shut down, ain't nothing going on, I'm going to be the full focal point. And I think that I want to give some credit to Dr. Umar because I feel like the Dr. Umar interview with Joe Budden played a huge part in Katt deciding to do this. Yep. Because if you watch the interview, it's formatted the exact same way. Pop culture topics. This motherfucker's wrong. You a jackass. Let me tell you about this nigga. It's formatted in the same way. And even the clips were rolled out the same way where you don't know this is coming. It just starts happening. Mm-hmm. And then there's another clip and another clip and another clip. And the clips and the way that they led on Twitter, because that's where all of this shit started. On Twitter, and built out to where it start touching the other social networks and all of that, and people remixing the content and whoopty whoop, blah, 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 blah. So I want to give some credit to Joe Budden and Dr. Umar, I think, for inspiring Katt and Shannon to do this interview and for it to go the way that it went. But I think that Katt saw how much love Umar got, and he was like, oh, I could do this shit. Come talk my shit for 3 hours.
For context, Club Shay Shay with DJ Khaled, 538,000 views. Club Shay Shay with DaBaby, 1 million views. Club Shay Shay with Ric Flair, 660,000 views. Club Shay Shay with Trevor Ariza, 419,000 views. Club Shay Shay with Francis Ngannou, 487,000 views. Club Shay Shay with Kurt Franklin, 1.3 million views. So your average is somewhere between 500,000 and a million.
And I think Steve Harvey, he said, was his biggest one prior to this was 9 million or something like that.
Club Shay Shay with Katt Williams in 4 short days is at 32 million views.
That's crazy.
But here goes the craziest part. Club Shay Shay, Katt Williams speaks on Steve Harvey, 5.8 million views. Club Shay Shay, Kevin Hart, Katt Williams speaks on Kevin Hart, 6.8 million views. Club Shay Shay recap with Ocho Cinco, 5.3 million. These niggas they're gonna do
100 million,
200 million views.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like Shannon Sharpe is like, where the new Spectre is at? Like, you know, like seriously, that YouTube check next month is going to be fucking insane, insanity,
bro.
Hundreds of millions of views behind.
So yeah, so I mean, shit. If I'm Shannon, I'm gonna get up there and defend the shit too, because it's like at that point, once you get that much momentum going, you gotta feed the algorithm.
And they're clipping it the fuck up.
Down.
I mean, up. Look.
The recent clip I watched, they got to he's thanking him for coming in and outro and out. He's still talking shit to the last second.
Dog. Literally, where was it?
But yeah,
I just had a list of
brilliant piece of fucking content, man. Oh, all of the viral interviews.
No, it showed me like a list of all the shit that was like out. I don't realize. Oh, here it go. All right, these are the clips. Katt Williams on Diddy. Katt Williams on Steve Harvey. Katt Williams on Kanye. Katt Williams was homeless during the filming of Friday. Katt Williams shows love to DC Young Fly. Katt Williams on Friday After Next. Katt Williams unreleased. Katt Williams best of. Katt Williams on Martin. Oh my God, when he mentioned Martin with Big Mama's house.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is they dug the interview up of Brandon T. Jackson. Because, Brandon T. Jackson's on that woke. He's like, I put that dress on and fuck my whole life up. And it's just, that became a talking point this week. Did you know niggas went as far as saying that it's only, like, black actors and black, like,
oh, male? Yeah, I responded to it.
And, like, literally, I saw somebody on Facebook the other day was like, can't nobody name a white actor who got put in a dress? And I'm like, dog, Robin Williams literally, like, that's like the crescendo of his career.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
When he did Mrs. Doubtfire.
Tootsie. Like what are y'all talking about?
Steve Martin. Oh, I'm like, Jim Carrey was Vera DeMilo.
Patrick Swayze.
I'm like, what the hell do y'all be saying?
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah.
Way more recent than any of these male actors.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Jared Leto is the premier method actor in Hollywood right now after Daniel Day-Lewis.
Did you know he was like a singer?
Yeah.
Because at the New Year's Eve,
he's huge.
At the New Year's Eve joint, I'm like, yo, is that the House of Gucci boy? And Lee's sister was like, yeah, he's like, he's a singer first.
Yeah, he's
I'm
huge
like, I
as a
had
singer.
no clue and shit, yeah.
But yeah, I pulled out a whole list of all of the white actors because that's a narrative motherfuckers tried to get off, and it was just so strange. So where's this freaking list at? I know it's in my mention somewhere. Here we go. Adam Sandler, Robin, as recent as 2023, played his grandmother in the movie with Chris Rock on Netflix. Adam Sandler, Robin Williams, John Travolta, Dustin Hoffman, Patrick Swayze, Matt Lucas, Jared Leto, Cillian Murphy, who's the current like coup de grace in Hollywood from Oppenheimer, Michael J. Fox, Charles Bush, Tom Hanks and Bosom Buddies, John Leguizamo and Tu Wong Fu, Nathan Lane, Christopher Walken, the King of New York, put a dress on. Ted Levine, John Lithgow, William Dafoe, who's one of my favorite actors of all time, Stephen Dorff, Kurt Russell, Neil Patrick Harris, among others.
Yeah, y'all was just saying.
It's just a non-point. Because what they're looking at is that they think that it's a black male emasculation tool because all black people are so monolithic, all we really engage with is black content. So when you are seeing this from the scope of like, oh man, they only do this to black folks because your scope of life is through a black lens. Right. You don't interact with enough white people or white content to understand the broader spectrum of the fact that this is a performance art thing. This is an industry thing. Mm-hmm. This is the fact that this shit goes back to medieval times where women weren't allowed to participate in performance art and stuff like that when they did plays in the park and at Town Square and stuff like that, and the men would play the roles of women. So this goes back to Shakespeare time. So this is a tradition that's carried forward, and it's a performance art thing as far as an artist expanding their reach. Now, I don't agree with it. I wouldn't want to fucking sign up to be put in a goddamn dress or nothing like that. But I also don't look at it like, oh, Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence is less than a man because they played Big Mama and they played all the characters on the clumps. It don't even make no sense.
Yeah, one thing we got to stop doing is looking at these things like so one-dimensionally. Because acting is acting.
Yeah.
You're like, seriously, like you gotta like let a character be a character and that's it. You know what I always remember or think about when it comes to situations like this? You remember when Jada Pinkett saw the guy on Low Down Dirty Shame? Yeah. She was like, Chaz from As the World Turns. He's like, the one and only darling. Bow! He's like, that's for Dog and Donna. Like, it's like, y'all take this shit too real.
Black people are very literal.
Very, very. To the point where, I don't know if you saw Julito, who played Naaman from The Wire, said that he struggled after The Wire ended because, remember in The Wire, he was like, basically he was Weebay's son, but he was a bitch. And, you know, he went to go live with, what was the major he went to go live with? Coleman. He went to go live with the major. So he was like, he kind of struggled, like, finding his way because we can't have you in, like, real nigga shit because you ain't no real nigga. And it's like, nigga, that was a character. If I punch you in the fucking face, you want me fight one of you niggas for a role in this fucking hip-hop video? But you look at Weebay, Mike, all of them wound up getting like love out in the community where it's like, Weebay real name is Hassan or something. Like that ain't Weebay. He ain't a cold killer. He's an actor.
Man, that nigga gave up 4 more bodies for a fish sandwich.
You see what I'm saying? Marlo.
Jamie Hector. That's my man. Yeah.
Where it's like Pete.
He went on to play the police.
You see what I'm saying?
In multiple shows.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's an actor. Yeah. That's not a real character. But we at times will fall so in love or hate a character so much that you'll like, you ever see somebody be like, what's his name that played Chauncey from Clifton Powell.
Clifton Powell.
Motherfuckers be like, he's so shady, I don't trust that nigga in real life. It's just like, what? You ever see the thing when a girl walked up on him and was like, yeah, you know, let's talk to them people about why you did this, the movie he was in where the babies got thrown out the window or whatever. And he's like, yo, come on, man. Like, pick another movie or something. It's just like, people are like that. They're very, very literal.
Unhinged, man.
Yeah, man. So end of the day, I think Katt Williams is just as crazy as he's always been.
Yes.
He's just as funny as he's always been. He knows how to get in and get out and let y'all just do what the fuck y'all do. And like we said at the beginning, Ari Spears had the best take. Y'all are completely unhinged and love this stuff.
Yeah, and Ari's take was more so about the fans than even Katt.
Because I've seen, I got text this week. Where the reaction for the Katt Williams, like from people who never text me about that shit. And it's just like, why ain't this energy around some of these good ass interviews we got, some of these good talking points? Why is it just that? Where it's like, we gotta at a certain point, we gotta get above a threshold. Yo.
Yeah, the mess.
We have to. And that's kind of what I told y'all the other day. I'm like, this is Katt Williams. This is just how I look at him.
You said that from the rip.
I don't take him that serious. He's just a funny little nigga who talk a lot of shit. But if you go to a barbershop, you're going to meet 19 Katt Williams. Yeah. Tons of, with way less money, way less talent, but they
way less influence.
But they funny as shit and got something to say about every single thing on earth. And I'm going to go into that with this next topic. That was global mess.
Global mess.
Now I want to talk about some local mess.
It turned regional.
it was regional, but it became so do you know how it started?
Yes.
Okay, so apparently there was a girl who had an issue where she went to book some time at a salon, and the girl wound up canceling her appointment because I can't remember the initial, hold it, I'm going to pull it up because I sent it to y'all. Because I want to be right in this. I don't want to be wrong. Because I want to talk about the initial, how we got here. So, the girl basically put up a $250 deposit to get her hair done.
In Atlanta.
The girl DM'd her the day of and said, hey, listen, sorry, but I got to cancel your appointment. We had a COVID scare at the shop. One of these ignorant ass girls had COVID and didn't say nothing, so we had to shut down operation. The girl said, okay, that's great. Can you refund me my deposit? She said, sorry, boo.
No refunds.
No, she said, sorry, babe. No refund.
Only you could get some product, or you make another appointment.
But I don't give back deposits. She said, well, this isn't me canceling the deposits. This isn't my fault. This is you. Yeah. You're canceling the thing for the COVID.
I still need my hair done.
I should
let me get that bread. A $250 deposit is crazy.
We're gonna get to all of that. She said, well, that's okay, babe. You know, I feel what you're saying, but still no deposit return. You know, you can still pick up your wig. You can still do X, Y, and Z. Boo, 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 boo.
By the way, bitches that say babe a lot will go in your wallet.
Listen, babe and love,
they will go in your wallet, in your pocket.
Bitch call you love 3-4 times in text that you don't know.
Yeah, you got to make sure that your bank account ain't drained.
Yeah, you got to check your cash app, all that shit immediately. So she basically said, no, you know, COVID and I'm not returning shit. Turns out she popped up in Miami that night.
Locked in a slammer? Nope. Popped up in Miami.
Locked in a slammer? Nope. Popped up in Miami. She popped up in Miami, and the girl is like, yo, this is crazy because you told me y'all had a COVID scare. So if you got a COVID scare, why the fuck is you in the club? Then you in there acting like Kev and his lawyers showing y'all watches and shit, doing crazy. It's just like, what's going on, yo?
The most is
going on. So the girl posted it on Twitter initially. And Twitter is like, we know, will Twitter will take some shit global. It posted on Twitter, then it made its way to, that's when I saw it, it was on Instagram, because I sent it to you.
Spiritual World, I think,
I sent it to you, and I'm like, yo, y'all see this? And you like, damn, that only took 4 hours, because that just happened on Twitter. I'm like, oh, I didn't know. So it made its way to Spiritual World, then it made its way to the Shade Room, and by the time it hits those,
It's over.
that's a landmine. Shout out to the Spiritual World, because they did, the initial girl who posted that, they DM'd her and was like, what's your Cash App? She said the Cash App, they gave her $500.
Oh, that was dope.
Just for it being big on their page. And was like, yo, the girl ain't give you $250, here go $250 2 times over. So they gave her $500.
Shout out to Spiritual World.
I was like,
man.
damn, shout out to Spiritual. That was some cool shit.
was thorough.
We also here at TRPE.
Yeah, I mean, y'all posted one of my tweets and went viral. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't even credit me, but, you know, I'll take a little nickel.
But yeah, they gave the girl $500. So that was dope. For her part, she was essentially made whole. And yeah. So it started a whole big conversation on Twitter about bad Atlanta stylists. And Atlanta is always the epicenter of bad everything. Food, service, all of that shit. So a girl basically was like, shit, let's talk about these Philly stylists, because I got some stories. And for whatever reason, that shit just went to the moon. Yeah. I have a lot of thoughts on this. Do you want to go? You want me to?
You on a roll. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna be a chimer on this one.
Okay. Something you've said on this show that's very, very great, and is if you didn't take it in the way I took it, you need to. Men have a clear understanding amongst men that I could get punched in the face or I could get my head blown off in the blink of an eye. Yep. If the shit that I saw women are going through to get their hair done this week, if this shit went on between men and they cuts with their barbers, there would be ladder matches every fucking
The crime rate would be at 1983 New York levels in every American city.
These women have gotten to the point where they feel comfortable playing with y'all. They totally feel comfortable with just doing any and every.
My policy is my policy, and I said what I said.
I saw so many policies this week that were like, what the fuck makes y'all even book with this person? I saw one the other day from a girl who does kids braids. Kids braids.
Okay.
Her rules. One of them said, feed your kids before they come to my shop, because with the inflation going up, I'm not giving your kids nothing. I will watch them starve. What?
Why would you want to put that on wax?
On wax, my nigga. Like, why is this on wax, my nigga? What Mike not say? What the fuck you diss him for? We having a great time. Why would you diss this? Like, what? What? Even if you believe in that, even if, and get it fucked up, the price of everything is going up. I get it. Yeah. You're dealing with children. Children are the most irrational people on the planet. Kids get hungry because they see you eating.
Right.
Okay, you tell a kid, no, these hot chips, they too hot for you. Nah, I eat hot chips all the time. Give me, like, kids are irrational. Yeah. Kids get hungry, they get thirsty, they gotta go to the bathroom. They're kids. You can't put on wax, feed your kids, because I'm not. I will watch them starve. It said I will watch them starve.
You running a concentration camp.
Like, what? How do you as a parent continue with the booking? Yeah. What?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
What?
Pretty bad.
What the what? like what? You see some of these policies that go on and some of these rules. Another one I saw this week that I had no idea this was going on. Apparently, these girls have new client fees. Did you know this was a thing?
What does that mean?
I had to ask my wife. I said, what the fuck is a new...
If anything, like my girl is a licensed esthetician. She got her own esthetician salon, SLX Studio in Havertown. If anything, the new clients are getting an additional discount for being a new client, not an added fee for getting on the book.
I had to call Lee. I said, yeah, come here. What explain to me this. I'm showing she.
Yeah, run this down.
I'm like, what is a new client fee? She was like, child, that's some shit they done started. Because she done opted out. She opted out of getting her hair done from these fees. She's like, yeah. I tried once to go with one of these like trendy bitches that wear moons all over their outfit. She's like, I can't do it. Yeah. So The new client fee is basically when you're new, you have to come in and basically they go through like the process of what's going to be done with your hair, get an understanding of your hair texture, what you need done.
Also, it's a consultation.
That's why I'm like, okay, so you got to go orientation. Orientation at 8 p.m., 8 a.m. Got to be there or early.
Got to fill out a survey online.
Got to bring 2 pencils. It's like, what the fuck? And it's a fee. Like, you have to pay a fee.
Yeah, time is money, niggas.
Yeah, a new client fee. Seeing the shit that went on this past week where it's like, y'all might be crazier than the stylists as patrons. You understand?
Yeah, because y'all are enduring this shit.
I saw women saying shit like, yeah, you know, I booked my appointment for 10. She came in there at 12:30. What do you mean? You waited there till 12:30?
Well, I gave her the $250 deposit, so I had to wait.
And that dog, one girl posted a joint where the girl hit her the day of and was like, yeah, you know, I need to reschedule because something came up. She like, okay, well, you know, can I get my deposit? And she was like, oh, no refunds on deposits. And she's like, you're canceling
Yeah.
I'm not canceling. Like, I'm ready to go.
I'm ready trying to show up now. I come early.
And she like, well, I'm available next Friday at so and so. And she like, well, that time don't work. She's like, okay, we'll find another time, but ain't no returns. And she like, let me catch you in the shit. And it's just like, yo, that's kind of where you would have to be with this shit. Yeah. Some girl I saw, her John said, do not show up before your scheduled time. If you're scheduled for 10 o'clock, the door will not be open before 9:59. If you are 10 minutes late, there's a late fee. I'm like, what?
What in the mafia is going on?
What in the mafia?
What in the organized crime is going on here? The plane lands at Lufthansa at 10:08.
Yeah.
Don't show up at 10:06. Don't show up at 10:10. 10:08, motherfucker.
And it seeing this, we were having a conversation earlier in the week about like these businesses and like what entrepreneurialness has become in this modern society. And a lot of it is very, very, it's like almost soaked in fuck you. Yeah. You can't be like that.
It's a pleasure for you to give me your money.
And you can eat shit while you're doing it. Yeah. That whole customer is always right thing.
Oh, that shit is out the window.
And people don't understand this. Look at the girl with the whole thing with the kids where it's like, I'll watch your kids starve. How about you charge, mind you, she's charging hundreds of dollars for the braids on kids. Yeah. How about if you charge $250, make all your services an extra $5 and keep a basket of snacks and a cooler of drinks. Yeah. I go to get my nails done over here at the salon, and this ain't no fly ass. This is a regular ass salon. I think they making Jordan 1s, and this is a regular ass salon.
Making some Supreme shit right now.
You know what they got in there though? They got a big ass fucking refrigerator of drinks. Yeah. Diet Coke, regular Coke, Seagrams, waters. They got the wine coolers, the little Seagrams wine coolers. Get you a drink while you're in here. Every time I'm in there, Matt, Helena, shout out Helena. Matt, you want a drink? Yeah, give me a Diet Coke. Go give me a Diet Coke, napkin and shit, wipe the can off. I'm a patron.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you mean you'll watch me starve? Are you crazy? You can't. And then the girl who did the shit literally was like, y'all can talk all that shit y'all want, but I'm booked and busy. And it's my birthday, and I went viral on my birthday. God is good. I'm like, yo, man. I said, yo, man.
As customers, women, y'all have to stop rewarding these dysfunctional ass stylists, estheticians, nail techs, all of that shit. Because what it is they're all running their version of a Ponzi scheme. They're getting the minimum amount of education necessary in order to be able to operate within the legal realms of whatever state that they're in. So if it's like, if I gotta have a cosmetology license, they're gonna get the cosmetology license, and that's that. That's all the fuck they worried about. If I'm trying to do hair, I don't care about none of this other shit that it really takes to be a licensed cosmetologist. I'm gonna get this. If they fucking doing lashes, they're not even taking the time to go to esthetician school and become a licensed esthetician, which is state and board certified in skin, cleaning, health parameters.
Lee just renewed hers. Mind you, she works for the fucking government, but she like, I'm keeping it because I might start a salon. I might do, and it's just
Right.
you don't even dig it to where you gotta be licensed in every state.
Yes.
Like, you can't just go PA.
Yeah, you can't just it's not a transferable license.
No, you got to get licensed everywhere you practice that shit.
So what the Lash Girls are doing? Sorry to cut you off,
no,
bro. What the Lash Girls are doing? They're going to a bitch who got her esthetician license and getting certified in the basement.
Yeah,
and they getting a motherfucking certificate and a photo, and then they doing y'all lashes and don't know shit about skin, don't know nothing about fucking cleanliness, know nothing about health code, none of that shit. Mixing fucking chemicals, putting fucking dangerous shit on y'all motherfucking eyes, and don't even know how to clean this shit up.
For my classes, this week we at the Radisson over in Tacony.
We in a small room.
Have you been to Tacony? Yeah, come on over the bridge, right over to Palmyra. Y'all just doing shit.
And y'all paying top dollar to do so, and all of y'all are doing is funding the dysfunctional bitch to services industrial complex. That's all y'all are doing.
All it took for me was one time. That's it.
Yeah.
One time. One. You got one time. So I'm gonna tell this story. You know what I'm saying, about how I dealt with this dumbass shit just in my life. Not getting my hair done, but just motherfuckers when it come to business and how they handle their business. Knowing nigga, I want to get some brakes done on my motherfucking car. I had a Yukon and shit. I was like, yo, I need to get some brakes. He's like, you got the shop. He a mechanic now. I got the shop out Southwest. I'm like, okay, bet, cool. When can you do it? He was like, man, you tell me. I'm like, what's up with Saturday? He was like, man, Saturday perfect. I'm like, what time y'all open? He was like, 9 o'clock. I'm like, 9 o'clock?
Bright and early.
Say no more. I'll be there 9 o'clock. You know how I get. I come down to Southwest. I go get my motherfucking sandwich. I get my hash browns. I'm at his establishment at 8:50. Yeah. So I get there 8:50. I'm looking. I see the gate closed with the lock on the gate. The junkyard dog chain on the gate. So I'm thinking like, all right, maybe they come in the back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Down the alley or something. You know what I'm saying? 8:55, 9 o'clock. I'm done eating. 9:03, 9:07. I'm looking around. I'm like, 9:10. I'm like, let me call this nigga, see what's going on. I call him. He answers the phone. He answers the phone like, yo. I'm like, yo, what's up? He was like, yo, boy, what's up? What's up with you? What the fuck you mean, what's up with me?
I'm at your shop.
I'm at the shop. You told me to be here 9 o'clock. He was like, oh, man, you on the money, huh? I'm like, on the money, huh? I'm like, he said, oh, you on the money, huh? I'm like, on the money, huh? That's what you got for me.
Yeah, and you tell niggas 9, they hear 11:30.
I'm like, yeah, dog, you said 9 o'clock. He was like, man, shit got crazy last night. We ended up down at one of them rooms. What's the room you be at, Dan? One of them rooms. He like, yeah, nah, we ended up at the room service or the whatever, the green room. I don't know. He like, man, shit went up last night. I'm like, well, you didn't think to come down so that you could come the fuck to your job at 9 in the morning?
No.
He like, man, give me. I'm gonna call V, see if he could get over there to you. Just hang tight. Hang tight. I did not hang tight. I'm out of here. I went down to the dealership down there at motherfucking Essence and Ave.
Yeah.
Pull right in and I say, I want to get the brakes done on you. They said, okay, cool. He called me back. They were done my brakes and I went to go get the shit washed. I was leaving the car wash. He hit me back like, yo.
You to the car wash around the back?
No, here goes I went to the car wash of Spring Garden. I bounced. I was out of Southwest. He called me and was like, yo, where you at now? I said, nigga, I'm damn near home. He's like, damn, dog, I told you I was coming down. I'm like, dog, it's almost noon.
Yeah.
You said 9 a.m. At 9:10, it was over. I was just calling to make sure you wasn't dead or in the federales, nigga. Like, it was over then.
Make sure nobody throw you in a ditch.
Like, it was done then. But it's like people had this thing where it's like, I'm not going to take anything serious except for you giving me your money.
Yep.
Business don't work like that. You have to make, trust and believe me, and I'm going to say this to camera. Doing this podcast and doing this platform that we have with TRPE, you and me both know, you a party promoter, so this is my first time really learning this.
Yeah.
If somebody is giving you their hard-earned money, it's a blessing. Every dollar of it.
Absolutely.
It's a fucking blessing. For y'all to walk around with this attitude of like, you a nut-ass motherfucker if you don't give me your money is crazy as shit. And seeing all these different... one girl was like, yeah, I was at the shop. My appointment was for X time. The girl didn't show up till 2 hours later. She went and had an abortion. Then the baby father, who was gonna be the baby father, who ain't the baby father no more, he come in, they arguing. I'm just like, what?
Trying to.
I'm like, this has to be a joke.
This is a Tubi movie plot. Trying to do hair Post-abortion is the craziest shit. I gotta get this 500 back by any means. I'm back working. You drowsy as shit. Falling asleep. Oh, shit. Oh, man. I ain't burn you, did I? You was fucked around. That is crazy.
You drowsy as shit. Yo, straight up, dog. Like
trying to do hair post-abortion.
Yeah. Girls were giving up horror stories. People coming in the shop to fight. One girl said she was getting her hair done while the stylist was smoking hookah. I said, come on, yo.
Blowing smoke all in your doobie.
I was ready to call Dan. Like, you be doing fucking straight back on the side, nigga. Like, blowing hookah while you doing somebody's hair is crazy. One girl said the girl was eating a crab boil while she was doing it.
Man.
Dog. You gotta look at that thread. That shit was insane.
Get some of that Old Bay up in there. Go hell with the roots.
That butter gonna get that. That butter gonna have your shit.
You heard of rice treatment.
Yo.
You heard of rice treatment. You heard of a butter treatment. Get your scalp glistening.
Dog. Some of the things I saw the other day, I was like, there's no way.
You know what my favorite show was?
What?
Shout out Kate, man.
Who?
Kate, Major Kate.
Okay.
The girl told Kate to get your hair pressed before you come get your hair done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't got time to be doing all this hair, so get your hair done before I do your hair.
And Lee was saying, because her hair is thick, and it's like, as a stylist, you're supposed to understand different textures, different levels of coarseness, different levels of fineness. Like, you're not a hairstylist. You're just doing hair. And it's kind of like an insult to the girls who really do hair. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
There are a lot of rules that the girls got where you can't bring nobody with you to this joint, which I guess I understand, but here's my thing. My mom used to go to Nanette. Nanette probably long gone.
Yeah.
But she used to go to Nanette out West Philly. My mom would I would go with her. She would take me. She would bring me. We'd come in the salon. Nanette would say, hey, man, how you been? How's school going? I would sit up in the front. I would read the Jet. Remember that little
fucking Ebony?
little ass Jet? I'll be up there reading the Jet, waiting for my mom to get her hair done. If I get thirsty, the nuts say, "We're going. I got lemonade, Swiss Farms in the refrigerator. Get you something to drink." Like, they were happy to have you because this is a business. I don't fucking eat if you don't patronize this business. For y'all to be like this, like, shut off and closed off, and I get it. Everybody got their little quirks, their little things.
Yeah.
But y'all have gotten way too comfortable with just doing anything with these people's money. It makes zero sense to me.
And at the core of it, operating a business is a value exchange. You providing goods or services in exchange for monetary compensation. There's no implied contract that anybody has to fucking give you their money, and there's also no implied contract that somebody has to give you their services if they want to deny you service or whatever. But if y'all come into this contract and y'all agree that y'all are going to do business with one another, both parties have to hold up their part in order to make the fucking business relationship fucking work. And so much of just customer service and customer care and just being pleasant has been stripped from the fucking experience of doing business with people, that a lot of people are just choosing to opt out, man. And it's like the shit that women go through to get basic community-based services done. Hair, nails, lashes, eyebrows, facial, shit like that. These are community-based services because you're providing them to an end user. So without the people, you don't have a business. But these girls have this mentality that they're allowed to just churn and burn through customers as long as they book full, and it's like it's never going to stop. And it's like, no, eventually you will go viral for all the wrong reasons. And a lot of these girls met their reckoning the other day on social media of getting the credit that they deserve for being fucking assholes.
The reality is this. As a business owner, it's on you to make everything run well-oiled.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. And when you are unwell-oiled, it's on you to take accountability and responsibility and say, you know what? I messed up. Here's what I'm going to do. What should happen is when you mess up a situation, you should say to the girl, you know what? I did X, Y, and Z, and that wasn't right. That wasn't what we agreed upon. I'm going to take 25% off your service.
Yeah.
Do you understand how far that will go? One girl the other day made a wonderful point. She was like, yo, the girl who had the thing about I'll watch your kids starve. How about you just add $5 to your joint and just have a whole booth set up of snacks and shit since you deal with kids. People will see that and post that on a TikTok. You're going to get more customers, more patrons, you morons. But y'all are so tacky and uncouth that you end up looking foolish in these situations.
Smooth-brained.
One girl posted this. She texted the girl, said, hey, I'm here. You know, she had a 12 p.m. appointment. Hey, I'm here. Are you close? The girl said, I'm running behind. I'll be there shortly. She said, can you send me my deposit back, please, because I'm leaving. She said, it doesn't work like that. My deposits are non-refundable. You can go if you want to. What? Yeah. The girl says, but my appointment was for 12. It's now 12:35. How long am I supposed to wait? She said, I'm en route. Be there in like 5 to 7 minutes. If you can't wait, you can go, but you'll forfeit your deposit. I apologize for my lateness, but I'm not about to go back and forth with you.
Yeah.
Y'all are crazy.
Because the business structure now is all money in, no money out. So with that in mind, it's like I just said to y'all, what's the business contract? It's goods and services for money, but you have to hold up your end. In addition to the end service, you have to be. There's a level of customer service and care that has to exist there that y'all are missing. But because the business ethic is all money in, no money out, it's like I could do whatever I want, but you bet not be late. You bet not bring a kid. You bet not bring no food with you and be eating in here. You bet not fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's all of these things that the customer has to do, but the stylist don't have to do nothing.
And Lee has gotten to the point where she's opted out. Like, she just doesn't deal with, she's like basically doing her own hair. She did her own hair today and looked fantastic. And like, kind of like me, I've gotten to the point where I trim my own beard up now and I shave my own head just because I don't want to, and I don't want to be in the shop from a whole different standpoint. I don't want to come in here and have to argue and listen to these dumbass conversations. Oh, Matt, glad you're here. So let me ask you this.
You do a podcast.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, if he played in the 90s, you think Thunder Dan could have guarded? Like, why do I got to answer this dumbass shit? Like, that's the shit I can't deal with. But I'm talking to Lee about it because, you know, she's a woman and she basically told me that, did you know this was happening? Did you know there were like, you're gonna understand this. You know how at the club you got like the cut fee for the line?
Don't tell me they doing cut lines at fucking hair salons.
So what girls are doing now is they'll book multiple people from like 1 to 5, and then they'll handle them in the time that they show up. So, like, you show up first, you get washed and prepped from the washer girl, then I start you, then you get washed prepped, then I start you. But if you want to pay $35, you go to the front of the joint. And I'm just like, so now you done turn the hair salon into Pegasus.
Yeah. Brave New World and shit.
Brave New World. Like, yeah. Like, what, yo? Lee said she went to a salon. She said this is the last time she went. She's like, the girl's pretty popular, and she got a salon here, salon there, all that shit. She said she wound up booking, her time slot was for, I want to say 11 a.m.
Yeah.
It was the first joint. She was the first person. I think it was 9 a.m. She said she got there at 9 a.m. I was pretty on time. I got there like 8:52 or whatever. Came in the salon. The assistant was there, like the wash and the girl to wash, condition, all that shit. So she was like, I'm there at 9 o'clock. Another girl shows up. Then another girl shows up. So she's like, I'm looking like, and the assistant came out and was like, all right, I'm about to get all y'all started. So Lee like, oh, you gonna get all us started.
Yeah.
Like, mind you, the stylist isn't there yet.
Get my Benihana's on working 3 bowls. Wash these hoes up.
Yeah. Yeah, like the chef in Benihana. Open your mouth, blood. Like, yeah.
Don't miss that shrimp.
Ain't
gonna be too much more. We got full house.
Got a full house of that. Yo. So she said the assistant washes her hair first, puts the deep conditioner in, puts the cap on. She goes, starts washing the other girl, starts washing the other girl. Lee, like, I'm sitting there like, you know, mind you, the stylist still ain't here. Yeah. At this point, it's like 9:15, 9:20 or whatever. She was like, she comes, washes out the conditioner, blow dries my hair. Okay, now I'm in the chair. The stylist still ain't there. She's like, now it's like 9:45. Now she's like, I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, she's like, maybe like 5 minutes later, the stylist come waltzing in. But she still got to get ready, get herself ready, warm up her Starbucks.
Smoke a blunt.
Yeah, you know, text her 4 niggas. Hey, I'm here, boo. You know, all this shit. She's like, she started on my hair at like 10:09. which ain't like crazy.
Yeah, considering the rest of these hoes how bad they are.
But it's still like, yo, I was here at 9, and so she was like, now you see girls have the cut fee where it's like you can pay to go in front or whoever, and I'm just like, oh, y'all are running this shit like a smorgasbord.
Yeah,
like this is
a Ponzi scheme.
This has just become nonsense now. And you know, like she said it, I got my hair done. I was like, you know what, I'm good because I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to have to. And she's like, a lot of it is tied to the trendy. I want to be in so and so chair.
Yeah,
because so and so knows the baby, so-and-so be with Lil Baby, so-and-so be with Birdman Baby, like all this shit. And
shit that has nothing to do with people getting their hair done.
Like, you'll see it on like online. The girls will be in the comments like, oh girl, you stay around and play. I need to come get my hair twisted by you. And it'd be like, what do that mean? Yeah. She in a picture with Tyrese Maxey and Nick Van Axel, and you like, yeah, no, I got to get down and get my hair.
You know all the ballers.
Like, that's what it be.
My girl was telling me the other day, this shit fucked my head up. She's like, it's this one stylist. She was like, I think he's he might be in Atlanta or whatever. She's like, he do hair real good or whatever. And he's starting to become in demand. And he went on his page and was basically like, yeah, I only want to do hair for like, you know, the it girls and the girls that like everybody want to hang around and everybody want to be and the niggas is looking for and blah, blah, blah. Cause I'm trying to be the next Tay. And I'm like, that right there is the fucking problem.
It's gonna finish you.
It's gonna kill you because you ain't Deontay. No. It just is what it is. You didn't move from Chicago to Atlanta and then happen to have this best friend, fucking Ariana, that becomes Ari the Don, who had a baby by G Herbo, who becomes the most in-demand twerker on fucking line and then starts a... Like, your story ain't his story. So the fact that you're trying to pattern yourself directly after this person is going to be the detriment of your business, because you could have somebody that's the wife of a sultan or the wife of one of the princes of fucking Saudi Arabia or whatever, one of the royal families of Qatar, and want to get their hair done by you, but because she not hanging around all these blockhead bitches that be at the fucking club, that be at motherfucking compound, she's not worthy to get her hair done. And it's just like, I thought the goal was to get the money. And y'all be putting everything in front of just getting the motherfucking money, trying to be celebrity and be clout and be the main character.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I could be right. I think I'm right. I could be wrong though. Getting into the service industry where you're doing services for people, yes, money is important because who doesn't want to earn money when they're working? Yeah. But when you're doing a service for people, it's almost your duty to make them leave feeling like they got value out of what you gave them. Yeah. When you understand what hair means to people, when you watch that documentary Chris Rock did called Good Hair, yeah. When you talk about the barbershop back in the day and the hair salon back in the day, those were the hubs of the community. Yeah. Getting your hair done can completely change your view on the world. You know what they say when a nigga get his fresh line up, can't tell him nothing. It's like, it's the God's honest truth. Yeah. When I got a fresh baldy and my shit is freshly lined up, I'll be in pictures like yeah, that's the way it worked. So to see y'all take that, because think about it, the black community didn't have much. We had the barbershop and we had church. Mm-hmm. Think about it, when you watch them old Jones, all them Black Panther meetings, them shits happen in barbershops because that was the hub of the community. Yep. So to see y'all make it to where you don't even have that no more. It's strictly show up, give me your money, get the fuck out. Somebody yesterday on Reddit posted a clip of Real Sex from back in the day and was like, yo, Real Sex was crazy as shit. This episode, it was a guy, he was a stripper, and it was him and his girlfriend. They was both like strippers, and they would put on these stripper reviews in different cities. So they would go there, and basically the way they would set it up would be, it'd be a bunch of guy strippers on this side and a bunch of girl strippers on this side. So that side of the room was men, and this side of the room was women, and it was like big curtains in between it. And at the end of the night, they would like remove the curtain, and everybody would mingle with each other and shit. So they was going around like passing out flyers, telling people to come to the strip review. This nigga walked into the hair salon. Yeah. It was like 30 women in there, stylists, women getting their hair done. He like, yeah, we got the strip review. Da-da-da-da. They like, yo, can we get a little preview? He like, oh yeah, cut the music on. This nigga started dancing. I'm like, he better not, dog. This nigga pulled his ass out in the salon and was getting it in there. He took the one stylist, lifted her leg up, acted like he was eating her butt. I'm like, yo, the 90s was
90s is unhinged.
said, yo.
The 90s is a
I said,
crazy.
yo, this nigga better not. That nigga pulled his ass up.
Pulled them cheeks out.
Started twerking. I said, yo, what the fuck? But the point I'm making was like, it was 35 people in the salon.
Yeah.
Because that was the hub of the weekend for black people. He said it on there. Barbershops and salons is where you get the most traction because it's 50 people and they're going to go tell another 150 people. You leave the flyer in there, another 50 people coming in when they get done getting that was what it was. So to see y'all kill that off in the name of give me your money and fuck you is crazy.
Yeah. We losing recipes, y'all.
We losing recipes. Last point to that, y'all are paying way too much fucking money to get y'all hair done, though.
It's sick.
When the girl said the $250 deposit, I'm like, how much is the hair?
Do you know that that stylists are taking just spot deposits that don't go toward the price of your service?
I just told you they're taking cut fees and new initiation fees. Yes.
These hoes are sick.
Yes. I can believe
like
that.
how can I maximize and get more money out of every fucking customer? I'll charge them deposits that just if they just don't show up, I just collect the deposit. It don't matter. Like
they got late
50,
fees,
50,
they got
50,
all
50.
kinds of shit, man.
It's sick, man.
It's mad fees, yo. The one girl, the one girl said she was gonna book with this one girl to get her daughter's hair done. She do kids' hair, got kids' braids, but the fee for the braids was $420. And she like $400 for kids' braids doesn't make any sense.
Like her head, this size of a grapefruit. Like how many braids you putting in this
used to when I had hair. Shout out to Salima, man. Salima, that's Rod's cousin. Salima or his god sister, some shit. But Salima was braiding all our hair. She's like the best that she. I still think she might be. She was phenomenal. The fish bones and all that shit back. She was excellent. Dog, that shit was like $15.
Yeah.
Seriously. I said it the other day. My mom used to go to the net. Her due was $60 with $5 for tip. Yep. You remember when all the black women used to get their hair done like Miss Levias or Lean on Me? that curly bullshit. Like her hair was $65 straight. And I gave you a little something for a tip.
Yeah.
How the fuck we get to the point where the deposit $250?
Get your little salmon Caesar salad or something with that little $5.
Yeah. You remember when a haircut was $10?
Yeah.
Straight. Remember when a haircut was $8? Mm-hmm. And you give him the 10 to take the little 2 for the tip and shit. Yeah.
My barber, Molly, just went to 50. He said January 1 is 50. I said, all right. I've been paying them $50, $60 for the last 2 years anyway, because my appointment's always last minute. I be getting squeezed in and shit.
Molly, look, I'm giving you $30. The same way I always do. I just want my beard lined up. That's it. Like, yeah. Straight up, but we've gotten so far away from what the essence of getting your styling on in the barbershop, hair salon. That was like, do you remember where it was like going to the shop and you didn't even have a reason to go?
Fucking right.
But it's like, let me pull up because I know
it's some action in this joint.
I know niggas at the shop.
Shit, whenever we did our promo runs back in the day, pre-flyers, because I was like a pre-flyer party nigga, pre-internet nigga also, like, we would go to we had a route of all of the salons and shit that we would go to. We go to Label Slaves joint down South Street. We go to the joint up on Shelton Avenue. Like, we would go all of the joints on 52nd Street, All About Perfection. We would go to all of these places because it's like, yo, you know the women is there, and if the women gonna come to the party, then they gonna bring the niggas. Yep. Like, that's how word of mouth spread. It was really a community gathering spot, and we didn't kilt that shit in the name of commerce. So y'all could take fucking vacations and go to Tulum and post crazy captions and you bitches could never and all of that shit. And it's like, I hate to say it, but it's like, yo, this is an exclusively a black female problem.
I said it the other day.
Nobody else operates like this.
You know that if y'all stop patronizing these things in,
they'll have to change.
Like I saw and this goes to the people who are actually adhering to this shit. I would never in my life sit somewhere waiting for any fucking service for 3 hours. Fuck no. Like, a lot of these things, you can see the red flag when you go on. Remember, we talked about the food place in Atlanta where Keith Lee was like, the thing says, one of the rules was, we don't promise nothing but good food. Everything else is
up to chance.
What? I'm not coming here. You out of your mind for going there. But what happens is people want to be seen in your chair. I want to be able to take a TikTok or Instagram reel next to you because you be next to Meek, or because you know Milano, or because you know this girl, or because you be around this person. That's all it's tied to.
People want the association of people that they feel like are doing better in life than them.
Yep.
Period. And they have association to celebrities and shit like that because it's like, oh, you be going to such like that's not going to get you a brand deal. That's not going to get you no motherfucking endorsements. That's not going to get you no money in your pocket.
I'll tell you straight up, there are tons of girls. I know them. I see them. There are tons of girls who do great hair.
Yeah.
Who do great nails. My nail tech, I would put her up against anybody. I get complimented on my nails all the fucking time now. I would put Helena up against anybody. This is a 60-year-old Asian woman who wear fucking beat up clogs. Yeah. She ain't no trendy. She ain't hopping out of no Range Rover.
She's just good at what the fuck she do.
She been doing that shit for 30, 40 fucking years. She just amazing at fuck. Everybody, literally, Amanda was saying the other day, it was like, yeah, everyone loves her. Like, everyone comes in. Like, it's hard to get on her.
Her schedule,
because she be so booked all the time. So I book it out like 2 weeks in advance. But like Helena's phenomenal. But it's like there's no trend. She's in a strip mall doing nails.
Right.
These motherfuckers, they gotta have these big ass ribbon cuttings and big ass bottles and balloons, all this crazy, and it just be like,
bitch, you just doing hair. Like,
just do the hair. That's it.
Yeah, at some point, man, we lost our way in terms of just like being comfortable to just do the work. And just let the work speak for itself.
Because we have like a bullet point thing you have to do as far as entrepreneurial shit nowadays, where if you don't do these things, you ain't shit. You don't have the big grand opening, how they gonna know? If you ain't doing X, Y, and Z, how you gonna stand? It's nonsense. So to see so many good and I see good women who I know they're falling into nothing but the social media trends that they see. Well, because why are you, because I know you, I've known you your whole life. Why are you even trying to get on this person's radar?
Right.
Why don't you just go get your hair done by somebody who got some fucking sense? But like you said, you got a hairdresser who's really good at doing hair and it's just like, yeah, if you ain't no popping bitch, don't even hit me.
Yeah, I ain't even fucking with it.
What?
Yeah, I need you to fill out an application, 4 pages, put your social media on there.
Let me see your gram.
Let me see your follower account. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a screenshot of that engagement. Don't be cheating, bitch.
Don't be cheating.
You might have 50,000 followers, might be fake. You know what I'm saying? So, you got 50,000 and you at least got, half of them engaging, then I can fuck with you. If not, then, you're going to have to go down and primp and pamper.
Yeah, hair cuttery. You know what I'm saying? Down the street. And I told Lee the other night, I'm like, there are so many stylists. I'm going to give them stylists a shout out. There are so many stylists, nail techs, estheticians, masseuse, everything, who don't got no fluff, no trend. They just doing their job. They just good at what they do. Trust me, there are a lot of stylists out here that will do your hair on time, get you out of their chair, and have you looking amazing. You do not have to put up with this ignorant ass bullshit. I saw the motherfuckers was going at it the other day, fighting each other, making video. I'm just like, what the fuck? One girl posted a video of a stylist getting dragged out the salon. That would be my last time coming here. Yeah. Because what the fuck?
Niggas have taken tried and true industry and just flipped them on their head and just turned it into a fucking shit show. And added all of these other additional elements that have nothing to do with providing the fucking service. If you take appointments and you're booking 3 appointments for 1 appointment time, hoping that 1 or 2 of them pays a cut fee, you're a fucking dumbass bitch. You are a fucking clown. Like, there's no other way to describe that, because how can you do 3 things at once?
Me personally, if I go on something to book something and I see there's a cut fee, I'm asking you before I book anything.
Yeah, I'm looking at what's this cut fee about?
Because if I pay for 1 o'clock, can someone go in front of that? Oh, well, I booked multiple people at that time. Oh, all right. Well, shit, it's open.
Yeah, you ain't gonna book me.
Yeah, it's open. And that just comes down to, like we talk about all the time, we have to stop moving the goalposts.
Yep.
When you on nonsense, you on nonsense. That's just what it is. So to see, and I'll be honest with you, seeing all of these things that came out this week because of that one tweet is just like, so y'all been sitting on all this information?
Yeah, y'all been getting slutted out in business, just getting treated like second-class citizens for mad long.
No, man, no. That's anything. That was
then the one girl, the stylist, she made a response video cursing the girl out because all Philly people want to do is bid.
Oh shit.
You a nut ass bitch. You ain't got no picture of my chair and da 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 da. You a fan and I'm booked and whoop 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 and blah blah blah. Then the girl posted a video. So this ain't me in your chair right here. Like, and I'm just like, this is the dumb shit. Like, so basically y'all fuck over so many people. Y'all don't even know who y'all fucking over. So when y'all get right, it's going to come from us. You don't even know where it's coming from at that point.
Yeah, I think we have to really, really get back to community.
And giving a fuck about one another.
Giving a fuck about community. Like that's really like there was a time period, like look at Nanette. Nanette would have never been on no nonsense with none of her clients. No, somebody the other day made a very good point. How are these girls even able to like maintain a client list?
Right.
How? How? Like, how are people coming back to this crazy ass shit?
Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, who else gonna do my hair as good as this? Plenty of people. Just look, put some effort into it. Yeah. Like how they say finding a job is finding a job is a job. Finding a hairstylist, it might gotta be some work for a little bit amount of time, but you fucking find somebody that got some goddamn sense.
Like, to the point where, like, even when you talk about the big stylists, they not the only motherfucker who made it big. Before Tay, there was Derek J. But like, that's just reality. These stylists come along, and some of them go global, some go international. But there are great stylists in your community.
Nothing was bigger than the Carl J. Hair Show. Nothing.
What's that?
The Carl J. Hair Show.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, from the Philly area, whatever. Had the salon in Jersey. Had the salon in Jersey. Nothing was bigger than the motherfucking Carl J. Hair Show.
I remember when
none of this shit is new.
What was the barber up Germantown? And Shelton. He was cutting everybody's shit back in the day.
Yeah, I know who you talking about. I forget.
Blackshear? Not Black. What the fuck?
Yeah, Philadelphia Hair Company.
Yeah, I can't remember his name though. Yeah. But I remember everybody used to be like, oh, he the man. Then Toot would be the man. Then Nadir out West Philly and Les down south. It's barbers all over the place. Yep. Like, you don't have to be beholden to one person.
Yeah, my man Molly on 54th and Sansom.
Shout out to G.
All the Mollies. Something about being named Molly that make you want to be a barber.
You a good barber. That's funny as shit. But like, lead deal. I'm gonna give her a shout out. Courtney, she do braids. It's like, dog, you can find a good stylist that ain't with none of the nonsense.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Straight up, you don't have to be a part of this fucking nigga rat race where you got to be beholden to hookah smoke while you getting your hair done.
Yeah,
that's insane. All this shit flammable. Right? You imagine Dan walking around a bunch of oils and shit with hookah coals? Like, oh man, this shit bound to go left in here. Last point before we out of here. It's a y'all weird of the week. Because he seems to be your man. Academics.
Academics is not my man.
Okay. Because did you see that shit this week?
Yes.
My y'all weird of the week. Academics told the story of Danny Green, NBA champion 3 times over. Do you know Danny Green won 3 straight championships?
Yeah, Danny Green's the fucking
Danny
man.
Green stole all that money. I ain't gonna make shit. Just take these chips and that bread. He told the story of Danny Green DMing his girlfriend and trying to get at her.
Mm-hmm. And she was going.
And she went.
Yeah.
She was with it.
She was trying to go to Toronto.
Yeah, nah.
She was trying to go to the 6.
Yeah, no. 666. Like, I'm trying. Academics tells the story. And the craziest part about people like him, almost like we talked about Katt Williams, with him being crazy, these stylists, they don't realize that them talking will just expose them for the nonsense.
Yeah.
They be thinking that they like real ass niggas and real ass.
Hey, I'm doing some thorough shit. Like, what would you do?
No, it don't work. Like
no.
That. He said that Danny Green DM'd his girl trying to get at her, and she was with it. He saw the messages. So he basically hit up Danny Green's wife. And I basically told her, yo, since he trying to get at mines, I need you. And everybody on the show was like, nigga, what?
Yeah, it don't work that way.
You said that. He like, yeah, but here's where it go to where it's like, you know, like
super simp territory.
Yeah, and it's just like, you're already
there. Your flag is planted firmly.
You pulled.
Yeah.
What Kanye say? Parallel park that motherfucker sideways.
Yeah, you are the president of Simptown right now. You don't got to do no more. You've already done irreparable damage to your reputation.
Dog. And I'm just like, because it was a big ass post on Facebook. People in the comments like, so y'all more mad at Act than Danny Green? And I'm like,
nigga.
What, yo?
So let me get this straight. Dan clip this. So you mean to tell me if a nigga you don't know is hollering at your girl and your girl is compliant and trying to go, the person that you're mad at is the nigga you don't know as opposed to your girl?
Furthermore, you're gonna
make sense.
Furthermore, you're gonna go and hit up his person.
Yes.
And say, hey, just so you know,
your nigga cheating.
So guess what?
And he cheating with my bitch. So we can swap it out.
Swap it out. That's what he was like, damn, we can't swap it out. I'm like, motherfuckers like this be thinking that they're like thorough.
Yeah,
You're trying to put like a thorough spice on top of like bad food.
Yeah, this is the nuttiest shit ever. This is the worst meal you could have ever chefed up.
Worst meal ever, dog.
Yeah, and academics exposes a larger problem of the internet era where a lot of lame niggas got rich because of the internet, because they were smart and they were forward and they were ahead of the curve on streaming and YouTube and shit like that, and different ways to monetize digital creations and shit like that, because where's all the real niggas at out doing real nigga shit? They ain't got time for no goddamn computers and smartphones and shit like that. So now, because of that, academics and his ilk have fucking outkicked their goddamn courage, where they're earning all of this money earlier in their lives. Academics is only 30, 31 years old or whatever. So it's like you earning all of these millions or whatever. And because of the money, you think that you're not a lame.
Right.
And Gillian Wallow have a famous line that they say all the time. Shout out to them. Money can't unlame a lame. Right. And because of academics' association to other millionaires, other successful people, and other quote-unquote real niggas, because of his industry, it made him think, oh, I'm just like them. He got a Lambo, I got a Lambo. Right. He got a Rollie, I got a Rollie. He got a big house, I got a big house. And it's like, yeah, but you're a fucking clown and he's not.
Right.
Like, there's no way that academics could think like him and Lil Baby or him and Future are the same type of nigga.
Yeah.
I know people that be with these niggas all the time. Shout out Louis and D-Rock and all of them, and Doughboy. Like, y'all ain't the same caliber of nigga. You can't even come in the room.
Right.
Because somebody gonna smack the shit out of you for doing some weird shit like the shit you did to Danny Green.
Yeah. Who was it recently was, somebody was talking about they took a picture. Oh, Big Sean said that he had his homie, basically was like, Kanye told him to fire his homie because he hired his homie as like his press person, social media, whatever. And he was like, I got the call from Kanye to come to the studio. He's like, I took my homie, whatever. He's like, and we get there, Jay-Z was there. So it was me, Jay, Kanye in the studio, and my homie or whatever. He was like, and this nigga was like from here with it.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's like, he was taking pictures, and I kind of seen it like Jay looking like,
what the fuck is going on?
He's like, I could feel it, but he ain't say nothing. He's like, Kanye ain't really say nothing. He's like, I walk out the room. Kanye came out, was like, yeah, you got to send that nigga home. And he just like.
And delete the pictures.
He like, all right, well, yeah, like tomorrow. Because it was like 3 a.m. He's like, yeah, no, like.
Right now. Yeah. You good. Your man is a fucking weirdo.
He cannot come back.
Yeah.
But it's I mean, I get it. It's 3:30 a.m.
Whack 100 and Vlad.
But he got to go.
Gotta go.
He got to
Whack
go.
100 and Vlad, and this is a rare W for Whack, had a beef for close to 10 years because Vlad ruined Whack and Ray J's rollout for I Hit It First. They invited Vlad to the video shoot, and Vlad came and took pictures of everything and posted it on his fucking website. Nobody told you to do that. We just told you to come down here. You know what I'm saying? This is what we working on, blah, blah, blah. Oh, y'all ain't say it was top secret. It's like, nigga, it's professional courtesy. How the fuck you get to debut my shit before me?
Right.
But that's how thirsty niggas is, because you in a position with this media shit that you think like everything is news. And it's like, nah, nigga, we invited you here on the cool.
Tyrese with Dre Beats. Nigga almost fucked up a $3 billion deal. On Boone's farm. Nigga had 4 fuzzy navels and was loaded.
The first black billionaire from hip-hop. The first black billionaire.
Yeah, man. Academics is just...
Like, you can't have certain niggas in the room. You would not qualify to be in a room in mad settings. Like, with niggas that don't even reach your financial level, you don't qualify to be in a room.
Yeah, that's another thing. I guess that's like the theme of all of this. Like, money doesn't trump, like, decency, morals, respect,
integrity,
honor. You know, word to King Earner. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all
honor your life, y'all.
Yeah, your honor is just not, y'all smizzards, like, it's just not where it need to be, because y'all only value money.
Yep.
And as long as money is in play, then it's like, I can say shit, I can do shit, I can be on nut shit, I could just piss people off, I could disrespect
I can
people.
run roughshod through the community.
And that's not cool. We got to stop that shit. Seriously, when I seen that the other day, I'm like, yo, this ain't thorough at all.
Yeah, super sucker shit.
At all. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, to be out telling people that. Like, nigga was trying to get at my girl, so I hit his wife. Like, hey, man, you know he cheating. He's like, she ain't believe me, but I said go through his phone. The nigga was like, no. No. He told that nigga wife to go through his phone. Like, what? He said, because I got it on the other side. I don't know if he deleted it or what, but I got it from my end. I said, no. We done. We can wrap this shit up. Last joint, the Eagles are down to the Giants 17-0.
Oh, man.
I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait. I ain't going to shout them out because they don't sponsor the show, but I just can't wait to listen tomorrow. It's going to be good, boy. Straight up. I cannot wait.
Damn shame, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with us as usual, man. Make sure y'all check out all them episodes that we got out now. The Business Bully, Mike Knox, TRPE Awards. Keep watching them, Jones. Keep streaming them. Y'all doing a phenomenal job. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Y'all tapped in with this on YouTube. Make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all share this video. Let everybody know. It's your boy C. Diddy.
Man, it makes me sick.
Big Dan behind the cam, falling asleep and shit, but he's here nonetheless. The realest podcast ever. We are out.